Good morning. Good morning. So welcome back at ICI CA Tube IC classes. Basically, we are all here to understand the concept of CA Inter Paper 1. I would like to thanks the ICI, the complete management of ICI, the Board of Studies, specifically to our overall coordinator, Dr. Vandana, Dr. Seema, who have given me this opportunity and platform to interact with all of you. Because when I was studying about 20 years back, or more than that even, in ICI at Delhi, at New Delhi. So I have covered a long distance from Ludhiana to New Delhi. At that time, no classes are available at local level. No tuitions are available at that stage, at that level, whatever is required in ICI. No coaching is available at proper scale. So students have to go to ICI New Delhi to get the coaching, specifically in the North India. Maybe in other areas there may be some opportunities available, but in North India, I have tried to explore many opportunities in Punjab, but there's no chance at all. So I have to make all arrangements, finance arrangements, because I have to live there, pay certain expenses of my livelihood, daily needs. Yeah, ICA was not charging at that time, or maybe it was charging at very nominal amount, just like now. ICA is not charging even a penny from you for these classes. And that is the nature of ICI, that is the feature of ICI, that ICI is always trying to give benefit to its students. Due to that reason, whenever a student is interested to do CA, the seniors guide him that it is a no cost course, but you have to do one thing. That is a great thing. That is, you have to study hard. You have to use your complete intellectual to get the benefit of clearing CA. Because CA is not a normal course, it's just like a doctor's, it's just like a, you would like to say IAMS. It would be same like just like engineers are doing from IITs. So it is just like same. It is an international level course. It is a qualitative course. We know it all. Due to that reason, we all have joined this course. So when I have covered a long distance, I have to come back to my home also after every 5 days. There also in Delhi, if you will see the distance to be covered by you at that time was also too much. Now at time it has all expanded. At that time also I have to cover a long distance on daily basis. I have to travel in small cities. The environment in small cities now at time is just like the environment in New Delhi at in 2001 when I have gone there 22 years back, approximately 21 years back. So I have to travel long distance, attend the classes of ICA and other coaching institutes to do my coaching for CA, to get my coaching for CA final. So it was just a difficult task, but now it's awesome. I would like to say that this is a platform which has been given by ICA, and the net system now at time is beneficial for everyone. So good morning to all of you. Myself CA Pradeep Makkar, and we are for the paper one of intermediate classes, in which we'll cover three topics which are very important topics, my dear. Before that, I would like to see how many are present and who have sent their presence. Starting with Nikita, Jyoti, Abdul, Kankarni, Sankaran, Gomati, Kashiv, Abhishek, Yatiraj, Jyoti, Sapna, Mahima, Anish, Rohit, Alok, Raj, Shivani, Anand, Shruti, Achraj. Very good name, Achraj. Name of everyone is very good. Dhanensh, Raj, Arnav, Akansha, Bhargav, maybe it is not possible for me to take to speak out the name of everyone because number of students are present. So those who have sent their presence is very good. Those who haven't sent their presence must send their presence first, so that it will be a energetic thing that these much number of students are available to attend the class. Very good. Very good. Many have sent their good morning. I would like to say good morning. So whenever we have to start a new beginning, there is always a morning. I have been in CGC, Chandigarh group of colleges, about 4 days back. So when I have gone there for a counseling session of their students on practical trainings, I have started with the word good morning at approximately 1 p.m. Students are saying good afternoon. I was saying good morning. The difference is only one, that I am always expecting a morning whenever we have to go for a new beginning, because sun comes in the morning with energy, and it gives us the benefit of energy. It gives us the energetic way that we have to do everything in the morning. We have to start everything in the morning. So what meant for the morning? Morning doesn't meant for when sun rises. Morning meant for whenever you are going to start something. So whenever you have to study at 9 p.m., just tell to yourself, good morning. It will be energy. It will give you an extra energy, and you will not feel lazy. You will not feel sleepy at that time. So always try to speak good morning to yourself, to others. In that case, energy will automatically comes from the sun, from the God, which will help you to do anything. So let's start with that, beta. We have to go for three chapters. One is profit or loss prior to incorporation, or इसको we may call it by another name also, profit on pre and post incorporation. Name is as per your choice, that is obviously as per the ICI guidelines. So that is given here. Yes, profit or loss pre and post incorporation. So exact word is this: profit or loss pre and post incorporation. Then we have to cover hire purchase, which is also an important chapter. Then we have to cover insurance claim. We all know that our CA exam is of 100 marks of paper 1. Obviously, I'm talking about paper 1 only now at time. So to clear CA exam of paper 1, we know that we should have to get only 40 marks. But I would like to make some different type of allocation for you. Let's understand this allocation beta. Now, in CA Inter Group 1, if you will see, you have 4 papers. Now, in these 4 papers, we know that every paper is of 100 marks each. Now, you should have to understand one thing, that to clear this exam, out of 400 marks, we need 200 marks minimum. Now, in that 200 marks, let it be very much clear. If you will do it with seriousness, if you will do it with proper intellectual, if you will understand the concepts and give proper presentation in your exam, then your paper 1 will give you minimum 80 marks or more. Because this is a paper which will help you to clear this exam with flying colors. Because whenever you are interested to clear CA Inter or CA Final or CA Foundation, in every class, let it be understand that accounting is a subject which is the most marks awarding subject. This subject will always let you clear the exam, because other papers, those which are of theory, are not going to give you so much marks, whatever the marks you can get out of this paper 1. So due to that reason, always saying, do it with full seriousness, do it with conceptual understanding, do it with more and more practice, so that you can clear this exam. with flying colors. Now, if you will talk about 80 marks, if you are interested to obtain 80 marks, I would like to assure you that out of that, 25% of the paper will come out of these three chapters only. Because these three chapters are very important from examination point of view. Let it be very much clear that we'll get minimum 20 marks paper from these three chapters, minimum. And this is always proved. If you will check the previous year examinations, just go and check your last year examination, you will see that normally we are getting 10 marks question from each paper, each chapter. But the issue is we may expect that there may be a chance that one of these three may be missed, but even then you will get 20 marks paper from this. This is a minimum assurance I would like to give you. If you will do it with seriousness, then out of 80 marks which you require, you will easily get 20 marks because these chapters are of conceptual understanding. Once you will understand the concept, you will be able to solve all the question. I'm going to take over these three chapters on regular basis. So from 4th to 16th, just within 9 days, I would like to say, no, sorry, it will be 13 days. You're going to get your 20 marks, which is 10% of your total paper one, total CA intergroup one paper requirement, you may say, because you need 200 marks. Out of that, 20 marks means 10% you can get out of just 13 days only. So it will be maybe in 8 lectures or 9 lectures like that. I have not checked it exactly how many lectures are going to be taken. Maybe 8 or 9 lectures are going to be taken within these 13 days because lectures on regular basis. Today there is a lecture, then there will be a second lecture on Sunday in the evening, and then next lecture is on Monday, then Wednesday, then Friday, then Sunday, then Monday, then Wednesday, then Monday, then Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Additional lecture will be on Sunday. So this will be a regular lecture, and you will get maximum benefit out of these three lectures. Shortage of time is always a problem, but it will be give you extra benefit. Thanks for your mark securing tips, sir. Okay, good, very good. Now coming to the chapter profit or loss. So let's see the exact name: profit or loss pre and post incorporation. Okay, profit or loss pre and post incorporation. So tell me one thing: what means for the company? What means for the company? Already you have done it in CA Foundation. So give me the meaning of companies. I would like to know from you. Just send it fast. Good morning, Kanchan. Everyone must send the meaning of company. What means for the company is a separate legal entity. So Abdul comes first, maybe because this is maybe Abdul. Yes, Abdul comes first. So the person who will come first, second, and third, I would like to announce the name of those guys in every question, whatever question I will take from you. So a separate legal entity. A separate legal entity is a good answer, if I would like to say. There's no problem at all. But there are a number of other organizations also which have a separate legal entity. So whenever we are defining companies, you should have to go for corporate law. In corporate law, it has been specifically mentioned any company which has been incorporated under Companies Act, any company or an organization incorporated under Companies Act, under Companies Act 2013 or any previous Company Act is called company. So meaning is very simple that the incorporation under Companies Act 2013 is mandatory. So any company which has been formed or incorporated under Companies Act 2013. Very good answer by Yatiraj, who comes third, but the definition given by him is exact. Definition given by Pranav is also good, an artificial person with common seal, but that answer is not perfect. If you will go for the perfect answer, this is the perfect answer which you have to take. So everyone is giving the answer, and I would like to thanks to all of the students who have sent the answers. बेटा जब भी हम आंसर को सेंड करते हैं तो उसमें एक चीज याद रखो कि आंसर को 2 मिनट सोच के अच्छी तरह से लिख के भेजोगे, इट विल बी फ्रूटफुल. So whenever you have to send the answer, try to give the answer which comes into your mind, and it should be perfect because we have to make our mind now. You will have to assume that the exams have already been started. I would like to assume now, because when you will go into the exam, you doesn't have your books with you that you will see and give the answer. So obviously at that time also you will have to keep it into your mind that I have to give the answer after thinking. So always, first of all, think and give the answer, and that answer should be perfect. But speed is also required because we have very limited time in our exam. So be sure that I am always giving the answer with speed. I'm not going to checking it again and again. Once I'll think, answer comes into my mind, give the answer. That's it. Don't try to recheck it to answer again and again. And go for a genuine mind, normal mind. Because the right answer always comes into a genuine mind, relaxed mind, stress-free mind. Whenever you are thinking again and again, you are taking stress. So whenever we are taking stress, the answer doesn't correct perfectly. Answer always come perfectly when you will think relaxfully without any stress. Very good. Many students have given same answer. I would like to appreciate their meaning, appreciate their knowledge. So I'm not able to speak the name of everyone. I already mentioned you. I'll speak the name of those who comes first, second, and third. And also one thing more is there that if the answer is wrong, then I would like to announce the name of that guy also who who have given the right answer. So accordingly, we'll have to go. So this is meant for a company. So I am running a organization named as PM Private Limited. PM, yeah, you may take an example. Yes, I'm running an institute by the name of Pradeep Makkad. Just assume it. Now Pradeep Makkad Institute. Okay. Now what happened after running an institute for 5 years? In 2022, I'm planning to do something different because my business has been expanded and I have earned a very good name in the market. I'm interested to convert my proprietorship firm. What means for proprietorship firm? Which is owned, run, and managed by a single person, which is owned, run, and managed. So managed is not a word. You may say which is owned by a single person. That is a good answer for a proprietorship firm. So this is called a proprietorship firm. And what is partnership firm? Everyone knows when Pradeep Makkad and Harish Makkad, there are two partners. They are working together. They are working together with the motive of earning profit and which is to be shared by them with each other. So they are interested to work together and going to share it because obviously definitions are there. I'm just giving you simple meanings. What meant for the proprietorship firm is clear. What meant for the partnership firm is clear. No, when we are running proprietorship firms or partnership firms, number of time it comes into our mind due to the reason of activities in our business that our business is expanding on daily basis. We are interested to expand our business. So if we are interested to expand our business, we are interested to start a company. So whenever you are interested to start a company, because company word comes whenever we are interested to go for a higher level business, we are interested to expand our business. So there are two options with me. One option is I may start a new company, which will automatically finish the previous reputation earned by me. Because if we'll start a new company with a new name, obviously it will neutralize neutralize or it will reduce my reputation. Because if I am running an organization by the name of Pradeep Makkad, then I would like to shift it to Pradeep Makkad Private Limited. And also I have some assets and liabilities available with me. I have some infrastructure available with me. I have some, you may say, debtors with me. I have some various type of, you may say, uh, brandings available with me. I would like to do one thing that I'm interested to take over my existing unit. There is a simple way. You will have to go to ROC, Registrar of Companies. What means for ROC? Registrar of Companies. I would like to go to ROC and apply for a new company. So when I'll apply for a new company, then what will be the procedure? The procedure is you will have to apply for a new company and it will take some time. They will give you the certificate of incorporation to you within next 1 or 2 months. They will give you incorporation certificate. So when they will give you incorporation certificate, only then company comes into existence. Before that, there is no company. The company will come into existence when you will get certificate of incorporation from the ROC Registrar of Companies. Is that clear? Is that clear? This means for registered under Companies Act 2013, because now a time we are doing this process or doing the registration under Companies Act 2013. So very simple process. There is no difficulty in this. Is that clear? Now, what I'll do, I like to do one thing that I'm always interested to start my accounting year from 1st of April, because that is always good for me for the accounting purpose, for the financial purpose, for the systematic purpose. So what I have to do is I'm interested to do it from 1st of April, but ROC is not my slave. ROC will not work according to my information, according to my knowledge, because they will work according to their own procedure. I have applied for the company on 1st of March with an expectation that this company will be incorporated on 1st of April. But there may be a chance that ROC may give me the approval or certificate of incorporation on 15th of June. So I have to wait for long 3.5 months. It may take 2 months, it may take 3 months, it may take 4 months. There may be any chance. So what I have to do? I would like to do one thing. I would like to purchase Pradeep Makkad Institute. I'm not running any institute with this name. Let it be very much clear. This is just an example which I am taking. Don't try to go and on net and check it out that is there any Pradeep Makkad Institute. Let it be very much clear. I'm just taking an example, beta. So I would like to purchase this institute on 1st of April. So I will do that. I will do that. And then whenever certificate of incorporation comes on 15th of June, certificate of incorporation, COI means certificate of incorporation, that comes on 15th of June. Then obviously from that date, company will come into existence. Okay, company will come into it. Before this date, this is not a company. But what it is, this is a proprietorship firm. I have purchased it. But I would like to, अगर मैंने अपने आप से परचेज करना है तो मैं परचेज नहीं करता नॉर्मली. उस केस में तो कोई ऐसा पॉइंट नहीं होता कि मुझे परचेज करना है तो मुझे, बट उस केस में नहीं लेंगे तो दूसरा केस तो आ सकता है ना. देयर मे बी अनदर केस. देयर इज another organization with the name of VSPM. So this organization is again a proprietorship firm, VSPM company. This is what, this is a proprietorship firm. I am interested to take it over as VSPM Private Limited. I have applied to ROC, but VSPM and company is available for sale on 1st of April. I am interested to take it over on 1st of April or on a specific date, whatever date we have decided. जब भी वो चीज हमने परचेज करनी है वो एक डेट होती है, स्पेसिफिक डेट होती है. ये तो होता नहीं कि पर्सन हमारी वेट करता रहेगा. अगर आप सामान खरीदना चाहते हो, आप कहते हो पहले मैं कंपनी बनाऊंगा फिर आपके पास आऊंगा फिर सामान परचेज करूंगा, ऐसा नहीं होता. जब भी आपने गुड्स परचेज करनी है, आप मार्केट में जाते हो, इमीडिएटली आपको पेमेंट करनी पड़ती है. इसी तरह से जब आपने कोई ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को परचेज करना है, यू कांट फिक्स अप अ डेट कि मैं तो इस दिन ही खरीदूंगा जी, मैं तो 6 महीने के बाद परचेज करूंगा आपको. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. You can't let the seller wait for 6 months or 3 months or 2 months to purchase its organization. So due to that reason, Miss Arpita, basically video setting, can you please move the video to left side of screen? Now, this is not a setting which is run by us. This setting is basically in the hand of ICI, and they are always doing it according to their own system. So you will have to adjust your mobile or laptop accordingly. They will not going to change anything with you. So I would like to let you be very much clear that on 1st of April or 10th of April, whatever you may say, it has been planned that I am going to take over VSPM and company, a proprietorship firm or a partnership firm, anything. But it is not a private limited or a public limited company. It is not a company even. Now, when I have purchased it over on 1st of April or 10th of April or 15th of April, I have applied for the incorporation of a company. So I have applied. I got incorporation certificate on 10th of June. Certificate of incorporation, I got it. So here you should have to understand this thing, that the company comes into existence on this date, 10th of June. Before that, what it is? It is not a company. But when we will finalize our books of accounts on 31st of March, I can't prepare books of accounts partially as a proprietorship firm, partially as a company, because we have started documentation and process for formation of a company. So what I will do, I will like to make it divide it into pre and post period, pre or prior period, prior to incorporation. So the period of prior to incorporation is 1st of April when I have purchased this organization, or 10th of April whenever I have purchased it, to 10th of June. So this is pre or prior to incorporation period. And what is the post incorporation period, beta? Post incorporation period is 10th of June to 31st of March next year. So this is a post incorporation period. Is that clear? Is that clear? Give me the answer, beta. Waiting for your answers. Let's take some more examples. Yes. Come to your module. In your module, there is a example number 2. Let's see example number 2. Example number 2. Open your module. Q Limited was incorporated on 1st of April, 1st of August, to take over the business of W Limited. So who is the purchaser? Q Limited was incorporated. So who is the purchaser to take over the business of W Limited from 1st of May 2011? The year ended on 31st of March 2012. X means for you may assume anything. You may assume it as even 22. There's no problem at all. So let it be a confident thing that we are going to assume this X as 2 now, because currently we know that 2022 is going on. So it is better to call it as what means for the X is, we will assume X as 2, means this 2022, 21, sorry, this will assume it as 2021, and this we will assume at 2022. It will be easy to understand in that case, beta, because you will feel fresh in that case. Because if you like to go for the latest new things, obviously it will be good for you, na? So 1st of August 2021 to take over the business of W Limited from 1st of May 2021. Now the year ended on 31st of March 2022. Which period should be taken as the pre or post period? So you would like to tell what is the pre-incorporation period and what is the post-incorporation period. Here it is very much clear that the incorporation is made on which date? It has been incorporated on 1st of August. But the business is taken over on 1st of May. Obviously, this period, that is the date on which the organization is purchased and the date on which the incorporation is done, the gap of this period will be named as a pre-incorporation period. And from 1st of August to 31st of March next year, when the accounting books will be closed, because accounting books are always closed on 31st of March in India. In India, if you will go into other countries, there is a different concept. Let it be very much clear. Every country has its own accounting year. It is not universal. It is not applicable in all over the world. So these are 3 months. These are 8 months. So this is a way how you will calculate the pre and post incorporation. Very good. Number of students are sending if you purchase the goods by the name of company, but the application was rejected by ROC, then beta, he can't purchase it by the name of company till the till he is not receiving the certificate of incorporation. He will work it under the name, whatever the name of the existing business. If he has, just like in my another example, if you will see, then up to 10th of June, he will purchase the goods or do all transactions by the name of VSPM company. He will not work as VSPM and company private limited, because the name is not available with him. He can't use that name. Kyo limited, Kyo is the purchaser. Good, very good. Students are giving answer, and this is always good when the students are giving answer. Then obviously they will understand each and every concept. Now, what is the target? What is the purpose of this chapter? Now, while doing accounting, there is no problem, because accounting will be done in the same way as it is done otherwise. Means whenever we are purchasing the goods, selling the goods, receiving the payments, making the payment, transaction will be entered in the accounting as normal, whatever we have already studied in our previous classes. Now, at the end of the year, on 31st of March, the issue comes that on 31st of March, when the books of accounts are to be closed, then the issue comes to us that whether we have to assume it as a company's accounting year or a proprietorship firm's accounting year. Obviously, as on 31st of March, it will be a company. If it is a company, I would like to close its books of accounts as a company. But in this particular accounting year, there is some period is there where there is no company, or you may say company has not come into the existence. And there is a period in which company has come into the existence, which has been named as post-incorporation period. And the previous period is named as pre-incorporation period. So what meant for the pre, what meant for the post, that is clear to us. But whether the profit earned by us before incorporation or the profit earned by us after incorporation will be treated in the same way or having some different treatment, that we have to discuss. Now, let's understand this. I have gone to purchase a car from the market, from the company. I have purchased a car for rupees 10 lakhs. With this car, they have gifted me. They have gifted me one thing. They have gifted me a gold coin worth rupees 1 lakh. Now, what is the cost of your car? What is the cost of your car? How can date of incorporation be before the takeover date? It can be in the case when we have, first of all, applied for the company, started our new company, and then taken over the business. That may also be possible. There's no problem at all. If I am interested to work in the market, I am already running a company, like Reliance is going to purchase my unit, then Reliance is a already existing company. They may take over my business, there's no problem at all. Or I am interested to start my business. So I would like to, first of all, go and start a company. That is a process. I would like to complete the process. I have completed the process. A company has come into the existence. Now this company can go into the market and purchase any company. So there may be a possibility that the certificate of incorporation has been received before taking over any company. There's no problem at all, beta. Anand, I am taking your query. 9 lakh. Very good answer. 11 lakh is wrong. 10 lakh is also wrong. Now I would like to announce the name of those guys. Anish comes first. Very good. Answer is also correct. Pranav comes first. Answer is also correct. Rohit comes third. Answer is also correct. So thrice are good. Remaining those answer is wrong. Must understand this thing that whenever we are purchasing any asset, whenever we are purchasing any particular product, then whatever benefits I got with it in the form of cash or kind, that will be reduced from it if it has a worth. If it doesn't have any worth, its worth is related to this particular car. Like I have received some accessories with this car. In that case, these accessories will not reduce the cost of my car. Like I have received alloy wheels with that car. I have purchased a car for rupees 10 lakh, which includes alloy wheels worth rupees 50,000, LED, which is already installed now because they have offered me. If you are not interested to purchase it, obviously they can reduce the cost of these products 50,000. So 1 lakh rupees the cost of accessories or the price of accessories which I have received with that car. But in this case, the cost of car or the price of car will remain 10 lakh because these assets are the part of that particular asset which I have purchased. So I can capitalize the cost of that particular asset with that. So there's no problem at all. The car will be recorded in the books of accounts for rupees 10 lakh only. But here, gold coin has its own worth. 4 rupees 1 lakh. Gold coin, two-wheeler, scooter, or anything which is a separate asset, which has been received to me in cash or kind. That will reduce the cost of my car. Here the car cost will be, or the car will be recorded in the books for rupees 10 lakh minus 1 lakh, that is 9 lakh. And the gold coins will be also recorded as my asset. I will record gold coin as my asset for rupees 1 lakh. बेटा ये बात क्लियर हुई कि हमें अगर कोई भी प्रोडक्ट हम लोग परचेज करते हैं मार्केट से जाके, उसके अंदर अगर हमें कोई साथ में कोई ऐसा एसेट मिल रहा है जो एसेट की अपनी सेपरेट आइडेंटिटी या सेपरेट वैल्यूएशन है, तो फिर तो हम उसे सेपरेटली रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. गोल्ड कॉइन को हम लोग रिकॉर्ड कर लेंगे 1 लाख का, और जो कार की कॉस्ट है वो हमारी कितनी है 9 लाख रुपए, जिसको हम सेपरेटली रिकॉर्ड करेंगे. बट अगर हमारी जो कार है उसके साथ हमें कोई ऐसे प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं जो प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे उसी कार का पार्ट है, ठीक है, अगर हम लोग चाहते तो वो हमें सेपरेटली मार्केट से खरीदने पड़ते, पर मार्केट से भी खरीदते तो भी तो हमें उसे कैपिटलाइज ही करना था. तो बाद में भी तो कैपिटलाइज करना था, अब कर दिया तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम एट ऑल. अगर हम लोग 9 लाख की कार रिकॉर्ड कर लेते और 9 लाख की ही कार परचेज करते इस केस में, यहाँ पर बाद में हमें 50,000 प्लस 50,000 के एक्सपेंसेस पे करने पड़ते, तो 1 लाख ये खर्चा हो जाता मेरा, तो मेरा 10 लाख का टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर तब भी हो जाता. आई वुड लाइक टू डेबिट कार विद रुपीज 10 लाख इन दिस केस आल्सो, so there is no worry. Is that clear to everyone? Is that clear to everyone? So in that same way, here, if I am acquiring a company, I am purchasing a company. You have purchased a organization, purchased a business, you may say. So I have purchased a business. Now with that business, because company has not come into my existence. So when company comes into the existence, then it got a benefit. It have already earned profit for the previous 2 months, because company has been purchased on 1st of April, incorporation is done on 1st of June. So for these 2 months, I earned a profit of 2 lakhs. If I'll wait for the incorporation of company, then I have to lose this 2 lakh rupees. So this 2 lakh is my capital income. This is my capital income. And there may be chance also that I may suffer a loss during this period. If I have suffered a loss of rupees 1 lakh during this period, obviously this is my capital loss, because these amounts or these profit or losses have been earned by me before the date of incorporation. So there's no company. If company comes into existence and at that time I have some inbuilt profit or inbuilt loss with me, then that inbuilt profit or inbuilt loss will be treated as capital profit or capital loss. And whatever capital profit is there, that will go to capital reserve. And whatever capital loss is there, that will go to goodwill. You should have to understand this thing, that capital loss is named as goodwill and capital profit is named as capital reserve. Is that clear? Note it down. Sir, please use some Hindi. Okay, beta. No problem, Jyoti. I would like to try to explain everything in Hindi also after explaining once in English. So those who are not able to understand English at that level, I would like to help them. But those who are not able to understand Hindi must not be doubtful that I am going to teach something in Hindi which is not taught in English. So they need not to worry about this thing, because they may be worried, those who are unable to understand Hindi, because there are number of students who are unable to understand Hindi, but there is no student who is not able to understand English. Yes, level of English is somehow different, that some are able to understand English at a higher level, some are able to understand English at a lower level. So there's no worry. Let it be very much clear that whenever I'll speak in Hindi, those who are unable to understand Hindi must not be doubtful or must not send any comment that, sir, don't speak in Hindi, because this is India. We all are Indians. We have to respect our mother tongue also. Those who are not able to understand British English at that level, at the level of British, so they must be benefited with their local language, with their Indian language, which is a mandatory language. So बेटा देखो, जब भी कंपनी एग्जिस्टेंस में आएगी तभी हमें ये देख लेना है कि कंपनी एग्जिस्टेंस में आने में तो टाइम लग गया. तब जब तक कंपनी एग्जिस्टेंस में नहीं आ रही तब भी तो हम प्रॉफिट कमा रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमने तो बिजनेस टेक ओवर कब कर लिया, 1st of April को, और 2 months तक हम लोग काम करते रहे. अभी कंपनी तो एग्जिस्टेंस में आई नहीं थी, तो ये 2 months तक जो हमने काम किया है, इस 2 months में जो हमने अर्न किया है, what it is not our revenue income. Let it be very much clear. What we are doing a business, whenever we are doing a business, whatever profit or loss we are earning in that business, that is our revenue profit or loss. Revenue profit or loss. Whenever you are preparing profit or loss account, whatever profit or loss you have earned, that is called net profit, and this net profit is always assumed as a revenue profit or revenue loss. But in case there is a pre and post incorporation concept. Then whatever the profit or loss of pre incorporation period, it will be named as a capital profit, it will be named as a capital income or capital loss, it will be transferred to capital reserve if profit, it will be transferred to goodwill if loss. Is that clear? जब भी आप लोगों को प्रॉफिट या लॉस जो भी आपने कैलकुलेट किया है उस प्रॉफिट और लॉस को आपको बाइफरकेट करना है। जो प्री पीरियड का है उसको आपको कैपिटल प्रॉफिट मान के कैपिटल रिजर्व में ट्रांसफर कर देना है, और जो आपका पोस्ट के पीरियड का है उसको आपको कैपिटल लॉस मान के गुडविल में ट्रांसफर करना है। Here it is specifically mentioned in your notes also. See your notes, beta. Yeah. Introduction. Here it is specifically mentioned. One student has asked one thing. Difference between capital reserve and reserve capital. Beta, these two words are completely different. Capital reserve and reserve capital. Capital reserve meant for the capital profit which we have earned from the sale of capital assets, from any type of activity except revenue profit, from where revenue profit is earned, or in routine operations. Whatever we are doing in routine, whatever profit we are earning from there is named as revenue profit, and whatever profit we have earned except revenue profit is called capital profit. Definition of revenue profit is there, that whenever we are doing business in routine and earning profit, that is called revenue profit. Any other profit is named as capital profit. Now, that is called capital reserve. Reserve capital means for the capital which has been kept in reserve, which is not issued to the public. It will be issued only and only when some emergency is required. This is a part of share capital which you have already done in CA Foundation. In CA Foundation, we have studied authorized capital, issued capital. In that, some capital is kept as a reserve, which is not yet issued to the shareholders, which will be issued only and only when it is mandatory to be required, when it is emergent, when in case of emergency. So that is called reserve capital. So that we need not to wait for increasing our authorized capital, going to ROC and telling them that we are interested to increase our authorized capital. It may take some time. रिजर्व कैपिटल का मतलब है कि हमें जो कैपिटल, शेयर कैपिटल की बात कर रहा हूँ, जो शेयर हमने इशू नहीं करे, जिनको हमने रिजर्व में रखा हुआ, जिनको हम तभी इशू करेंगे जब हमें इमरजेंसी में रिक्वायरमेंट होगी। जबकि कैपिटल प्रॉफिट मतलब कोई भी बिजनेस से होने वाला प्रॉफिट, कोई भी सेल ऑफ एसेट से होने वाला प्रॉफिट, कोई भी शेयर कैपिटल, शेयर रिडीम करते हैं हम लोग, शेयर्स को वापस करते हैं, या हम लोग कोई इशू करने के टाइम पर कुछ भी हमें अर्निंग होती है जो रेवेन्यू नहीं है, उसको कैपिटल प्रॉफिट कहा जाता है, उसके कैपिटल रिजर्व में ट्रांसफर किया जाता है। एसेट एक्वायर्ड बाय एक्विजिशन ऑफ अदर कंपनीज should be categorized under goodwill. Please clarify what constitutes goodwill. Assets acquired by acquisition of other companies should be categorized under goodwill. But no such point is there, Anand. Let it be very much clear. Whenever we are purchasing any asset, then that will be debited in our books of accounts by the name of that particular asset. If I have purchased building, it will be debited by the name of building. If I have purchased land, it will be debited by the name of land. If I have purchased machinery, it will be debited by the name of machinery. So whenever we are purchasing any asset from other person, then those assets will be named according to their nature, according to their category. But if I have purchased an asset, if I have purchased an asset for rupees 10 lakhs, if I have purchased an asset for rupees 10 lakh, but its actual price, which has been mutually agreed, or which is a fair value, you may say, which is a fair value. Fair value of that asset is what? That is 8 lakhs. The fair value of an asset is 8 lakhs, means market price is 8 lakh, but I have acquired it for rupees 10 lakhs. In that case, the difference of 2 lakhs is a loss to us, and this loss will go to goodwill account. Goodwill is basically created in the books of accounts as a loss. Whenever there is a capital loss, goodwill will be debited. Otherwise, goodwill can be entered in the books only if it has been purchased by making some payment. Self-generated goodwill cannot be entered in the books of accounts that we have already studied in the chapter partnership in CA Foundation and in plus 2 commerce. Self-generated goodwill cannot be entered in the books of accounts that has been specifically mentioned in AS 10, accounting for fixed assets, and in AS 26, accounting for intangible assets. There are many points on this. So let it be clear. If I have purchased goodwill from some other organization, that is, we have purchased their name, we have purchased their reputation by making payment of 20 lakhs. So I will debit in my books of accounts by the name of goodwill rupees 20 lakh. Clear? Anand, is that clear? Please tell me. Profit in the period of pre will be treated as capital profit. Exactly right. Security premium is also capital reserve. Exactly right. If there will be existing goodwill, then both will sum up together. Exactly right. Unissued capital is equal to reserve capital. No. Unissued capital which has been kept as a reserve and to be issued only and only if it is mandatory to be required. Like I have 10 lakh shares with me as an authorized capital. Out of it, 6 lakh shares are already issued by me. Then 4 lakh are unissued shares. Out of these 4 lakh shares, I have kept 1 lakh shares as a reserve, which will be issued only and only in case of emergency. Remaining 3 lakh I may issue in routine, there's no problem. But I have not yet issued any of these shares. So this will be particularly denoted as reserve capital. Otherwise, total is named as 4 lakh, that is issued capital. So this is just a categorization because their plus or minus doesn't make any difference. Is that clear to everyone? I think everyone is clear. Capital loss is transferred to goodwill because why capital loss is transferred to goodwill? Because what is goodwill? Let it be understand. What is goodwill? I have purchased the name of an organization like A1. There is a company named A1. Okay. I have purchased a building from A1 without the name of that organization. That does no particular benefit except I am purchasing that building. So in that case, I'll pay only the market value of that building. I'll not pay extra. Yes, if I need it at my own conditions, then it is a separate issue. I'll pay the market price only. But in case I'm going to purchase the name or the reputation of A1, I'll pay more. So if I'll pay more, building worth is rupees 1 crore. But as it, if I am purchasing it with the brand name of A1, in that case, I may pay 2 crore also because I know that the name A1 will also give me the benefit. So, but this is not specifically mentioned that this is a goodwill. The rate has been decided only for the building. But with that, a gift has been given to me as a A1. Like I have purchased a car. With that, I received a coin, gold coin. This is just like saying that if I am receiving something additional, then obviously that have their own worth. So if I am paying rupees 2 crore, then 1 crore is for building. And the remaining 1 crore will be for the extra benefit which I have acquired, which is obviously the name of that company, which is named as goodwill. So I am debited to goodwill. Is that clear? That is called capital loss. What means for capital loss? That means for the acquisition of goodwill, acquisition of name, and the payment is made for the same. At the time of redemption, we need to maintain capital structure. So can we issue shares from reserve capital? That is all depending upon the decision of the management of company. We can't decide it now. Okay. So for that sake, you will have to study companies law, corporate law, because that is a major thing in this. Here we can't discuss these points because that will be too lengthy in that case. Let's try to understand my next topic. Now, here it is specifically mentioned, you must have to underline it. When a running business is taken over, at that time the amount of profit loss of such a business comes into existence as a pre and post incorporation, and whatever the profit loss is earned, that will be, if there is a loss, you will have to underline it or you have to highlight it. You must have the highlighter with you because in that case it will be beneficial. It is either written off as a debited to P&L account, at a special account, as loss prior to incorporation and show as an asset in the balance sheet, or alternatively it may be debited to goodwill account. So it is not required. We will do only one thing. We will debit it to goodwill account. He says we can do one more thing also. If we are not interested to debit it to goodwill account, we may transfer it to loss prior to incorporation and show as an asset in the balance sheet. But what we will do on a single treatment that is already discussed. If a profit has been earned by business prior to the same being taken over by the, it is fully absorbed by any interest payable for the period. It is credited to capital reserve or to the goodwill account if any goodwill has been adjusted as an asset. What it means for, let's try to understand this thing. If we have capital reserve, capital profit or the profit prior to incorporation worth rupees 1 lakh, and we have goodwill appearing in our books in our asset side earlier, it is appearing in our books earlier. मतलब जो हम लोग बैलेंस शीट टेक ओवर कर रहे हैं ना उसमें 2 लाख रुपए गुडविल ऑलरेडी है, तो 2 लाख रुपीज की गुडविल हमारे किसी भी रीजन से हमारे पास शो हो रही है, कोई गुडविल शो हो रही है, एसेट साइड में हम गुडविल शो कर रहे हैं, लाइबिलिटी साइड में कैपिटल रिजर्व शो कर रहे हैं, तो कह रहे इसे नेट करके शो कर लो, इसे नेट कर लो आप इसको अलग अलग ना शो करो, इसको नेट कर लो. अगर आपके पास एग्जिस्टिंग कैपिटल रिजर्व अवेलेबल है बुक्स में 3 लाख का, तो आपको इस बार जो कैपिटल प्रॉफिट हुआ है उसे भी तो कैपिटल रिजर्व में ट्रांसफर करना है, 1 लाख का मान लो, तो टोटल 4 लाख हो जाएगा. मीन्स कैपिटल रिजर्व में कैपिटल रिजर्व ऐड हो जाएगा, कैपिटल रिजर्व जो पुराना है उसमें नया कैपिटल रिजर्व ऐड करके टोटल शो कर दोगे. अगर आपके पास गुडविल अवेलेबल है बुक्स में तो उसको नेट कर दोगे कैपिटल रिजर्व के साथ जो आप नया क्रिएट कर रहे हो. तो वो प्लस माइनस का कंसेप्ट है, इजिली समझ लग जाएगा, कोई मुश्किल नहीं आएगी. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग दैट व्हेनेवर वी हैव some goodwill in our books of accounts, simultaneously we have a capital reserve comes to us, then capital reserve will be adjusted in that goodwill if it is possible. When it is possible, when the amount of goodwill is more or equal to the capital reserve, goodwill is already appearing in the books for rupees 2 lakh, capital reserve comes to us for rupees 1 lakh, then obviously we can show it net 1 lakh. So goodwill will be shown as net 1 lakh. That I would like to explain only. Is that clear, beta? Let's go forward. Now, I would like to discuss with you that how we are calculating profit. To calculate profit or to prepare profit or loss account, what you are doing? Just tell me how you are calculating your profit. Give me the answer. How you are calculating your profit? What means for the profit is? Process of calculating profit. Send me fast. What is profit? Waiting for your answer, beta. Income minus expenses. Yatiraj comes first, Rohit comes second, Ganesh sales minus COGS. This is GP, gross profit. If I am interested to calculate total profit, then it is income minus expenses. So Pranav is also giving right answer, and many other students have sent the answer, but number of students haven't sent the answer. It means for some are sitting idle, and which is very bad. देखो सुबह उठ के हम लोग इतनी मेहनत से यहाँ बैठे हैं, क्यों कर रहे हैं, क्यों बैठे हैं हम लोग, उठे क्यों हैं? इससे बेटर तो हम सो जाते, और वैसे भी तो हम सो ही रहे हैं। अगर हम कुछ लिख नहीं रहे, आंसर नहीं दे रहे, तो हम सो रहे हैं। तो मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको उठ के बैठ के इस तरह से सीए हो जाएगी। सीए कैसे होती है? देखो हम लोगों ने भी करी है, और पूरा इंडिया में जितने लोग भी सीए कर रहे हैं, लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर, जो लोग बहुत हार्ड वर्क करते हैं, हार्ड वर्क करने का मतलब ये नहीं तो देख के बैठ के देखते रहे सुनते रहे, अच्छा लग रहा है, अच्छा लग रहा है, कुछ कॉपी कर लिया थोड़ा बहुत, कुछ नहीं करा, नहीं, इससे सीए नहीं होती। whenever you are interested to be a chartered accountant, you have to do one thing. You have to practice more and more, because after doing CA, what we are saying, we are doing practice. सीए करने के बाद लोग क्या करते हैं? प्रैक्टिस ही तो करते हैं। देखो ना, हम कहते हैं कि हमारा सीए करने के बाद क्या काम होता है, या तो हम प्रैक्टिस करते हैं या हम जॉब करते हैं। तो जो लोग सीए करने से पहले ही प्रैक्टिस करना शुरू कर देते हैं, मीन्स अपने काम को डेली बेसिस पे अच्छी तरह से करते हैं, उसे कहते हैं प्रैक्टिस। तो हमारा तो काम का नाम भी प्रैक्टिस ही है। तो वो लोग ही बाद में सीए में प्लेयर होते हैं जो लोग रेगुलर प्रैक्टिस करते हैं। प्रैक्टिस का मतलब है ज्यादा से ज्यादा लिखना, रिटर्न फॉर्म में काम करना, मैक्सिमम रिटर्न फॉर्म में काम करना। जैसे आपको कोई क्वेश्चन को देख लिया, उससे आप कभी एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं कर सकते। अगर आप एग्जाम में क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना चाहते हो तो आपको हाथ से क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा। जितने क्वेश्चन आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा हाथ से सॉल्व करोगे, उतनी आपकी सीए क्लियरेंस की जो परसेंटेज है वो बढ़ती जाएगी। जो बच्चे सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लेते हैं हाथ से, चाहे वो आप रफली कर लो, इट इज नॉट मैंडेटरी कि आपको उसको प्रॉपर प्रोसीजर से करना है। हर चैप्टर में आप 1 और 2 क्वेश्चंस को तो पूरे प्रोसेस से सॉल्व कर लिया करो, प्रॉपर परफॉर्मा बना के, सब कुछ प्रेजेंटेशन देके। बाकी सारे क्वेश्चन आप रफली ऐसे भी सोल्व कर सकते हो। हाँ जी, अच्छा 20,000 क्रेडिट कर देना है, 10,000 क्रेडिट कर देना है, 15,000 5,000 क्रेडिट कर देना है, 2,000 रुपीज डेबिट होगा, 1,000 रुपीज क्रेडिट होगा, यहाँ पर बैलेंस निकाला, दैट्स इट। ये हमारा प्रॉफिट आ गया, ये हमारा लॉस आ गया, ये हमारा कंसाइनमेंट अकाउंट है, ये हमारा ज्वाइंट वेंचर अकाउंट है, ये हमारा हायर परचेज तो चलो मैंने करवाया नहीं, आपको पता नहीं कैसे करना है, इन्वेस्टमेंट अकाउंट है। तो जो भी आपने करने हैं अकाउंट्स, रफली रफली से बनाते जाओ और होते जाएंगे, बट क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने हैं, सारे प्रैक्टिस करके देखनी है। अब सारे जाग गए हैं? नहीं, अभी भी नहीं पूरे जागे। Kavita has asked, what is your CA journey? How is your CA journey? Beta, I would like to make a video on it and upload on YouTube channel. That will be a better option instead of telling here, because here the time is always limited. Institute is giving us limited time to train you, to teach you. So we must have to remain within the limits. I'm coming back to my process, that what is profit? Profit means for income minus expenses. So this is called profit. Here, what we have to do is, we have to calculate 2 profits. One is pre-incorporation profit and post-incorporation profit. So how you will calculate it? When you will calculate, when you will divide your incomes into 2 parts, pre and post. When you will divide or your expenses into 2 parts, pre and post, obviously what will happen? You will get profit or loss of pre and post. Is that clear? How to get the profit or loss separately of pre and post? You will have to bifurcate your income. You have to divide your incomes between pre and post incorporation. You have to divide your expenses in pre and post incorporation. That is very simple. Now, whenever we have to divide our income into 2 parts, what is our income? Just tell me, what is your income? In business, what is our routine income? Our income is sale. Our income is some indirect incomes, I would like to say, because no direct income is there except sale. Normally, a business have a sale as an income, and in addition to that, there may be some interest or some discount, like 1 or 2 incomes or 3 incomes, like not more than that. So major income is sale. So how to allocate sale? Obviously, sale must be given to us, because Sale can't be allocated by us on estimated basis. Preferably, sale must be given to us that I have made a sale of rupees out of total sale of rupees 100 crores. Sale of 6 crores is in pre and remaining 94 crores is in post. It must be given to us. Only then we can allocate now. Otherwise, how we will allocate? Now, let's try to understand this thing that on 1st of April, we have taken over a business. Now, on 1st of April, we have taken over a business. On 1st of September, on 1st of September, certificate of incorporation is received to me, COI. Now, closing date is 31st of March, date of closing. Now, this means for pre-period is how much? 5 months. Post period is how much? 7 months. So, the period will be allocated, but the expenses can't be allocated in 5 is to 7 until and unless we are sure that these expenses are fixed or these expenses are time based expenses, because those expenses which are time based we can allocate them on time basis. Those incomes which are time based we can allocate them on time basis. But we know it very well that sales are not time based income. Sale is, but there may be a chance that we have received a sale, we have made a sale of a 20% sale in just 1 month and remaining 80% in the remaining 11 months. There may be a chance, ना, देखो सेल प्रोपोर्शनेट नहीं हो सकती नॉर्मली. हाँ, अगर आपको सेल दी नहीं हुई, एक्चुअल सेल दी नहीं, उसने प्री में कितनी है, पोस्ट में कितनी बताई नहीं है, फिर तो सेल को हम प्रोपोर्शनेट करेंगे टाइम के बेस पर, क्योंकि देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन अवेलेबल विद मी. In that case, I would like to allocate sales on time basis if sales are not given on actual basis. Otherwise, sale is always required on actual basis. So I would like to let you clear that there are three bases for allocation of incomes and expenses. Basis for allocation of income and expenses. One is time basis. What means for time basis? That is pre is to post time ratio. Like we have taken in our previous example that on 1st of April, there is a date of purchase of a business. On 1st of September is the date of incorporation of a business. And date of closing is the next year, 31st of March. So there are 5 months in it, 5 months. And there are 7 months in it. So the time ratio will be 5 is to 7. So the expenses which are time based expenses, which expenses are time based, we will discuss. So those expenses which are time based will be allocated in 5 is to 7 ratio. And second allocation is on sales basis. These will be allocated in sales ratio. So we need sale of pre, sale of post, and obviously sale ratio will come into the picture. Now just assume he have mentioned me that total sale is of rupees 100 crore. Out of that 100 crores, 20 crore is in pre-incorporation period, means before the date of incorporation, it is 20 crores. And in the post-incorporation period, actual sale is 80 crores. That is specifically mentioned by. In that case, obviously sale ratio is what? 20 is to 80, that is 1 is to 4. So those expenses, which we think that they are based on sales, that they are correlated with sales, will be allocated in sales ratio. That's it. And the third is actual basis. Actual means for many expenses, which are, because there are two bases, we know it very well. Actual basis. Now we know that we have to allocate expenses in pre and post. Now what is pre, what is post? Post means for when company comes into existence. Pre means for there is no company. So here there is no company, but here there is a company. So just tell me, do you know any expense which relates to company only, which is not an expense of partnership firm or a proprietorship firm? Just tell me, give me some examples. Give me some example, beta. Which expenses are relating to companies only? Means those expenses which doesn't relates to director salary. Very good. Director salary, Dinesh comes first. Director's fees, Vishakha comes second. Incorporation. Hello. Now we'd like to discuss some expenses which are given by the students here. Have you copied all that? I'm giving you 1 minute to copy everything. Until that time, I would like to discuss with you some important points. Beta, I would like to explain you this thing that you have to be very much clear that this expense relates to company and this doesn't relate to company. Like Muhammad also send an answer. Preliminary expenses. This is also a good answer. Preliminary expenses, because preliminary expenses are those expenses which are relating to companies only. Share capital. Share capital is not an expense. Share capital, Raj, is not an expense. So you should have to understand what is your expense, what is your income. That should be very much clear to you. Audit fees, but audit fees maybe there in non-corporates also. Because if there is no company, it doesn't mean for audit fees it's not there. Audit fees may be there also. So audit fees can't be mentioned as a fees which is to be taken in companies only. Audit fees is an expense which may or may not be in both the cases. So it can't be treated as a expense which is related to companies only. Payment of dividend is not an expense. It is a allocation of profit only. So Pranav, you must have to note it down. Everyone must note it down. Payment of dividend is not an expense. This is the allocation of profit. Research and development expenses can be incurred by anyone, even if there is a company or no, not a company. So it cannot be treated as a pre-post incorporation expense. It will be allocated on time basis or other basis. So purchase of raw material is a good option, but purchase of raw material can be in anyone. क्या कंपनीज के अलावा लोग रॉ मटेरियल परचेज नहीं करते? मुझे आंसर नहीं समझ लगा आपका बेटा. इसका मतलब आपने आंसर फटाफट दिया, सोचा नहीं. बिकॉज इतनी वीक नहीं है आपकी नॉलेज, तो थोड़ा सा अपनी नॉलेज को अपग्रेड करो. रेंट पेड फॉर बिल्डिंग ऑब्लिक ऑफिस, दिस इज आल्सो नॉट ए गुड आंसर. बेटा देखो, आप कह रहे हो कि आपने रेंट तो पे कर दिया, बट रेंट पे करने का मतलब ये नहीं कि वो सिर्फ कंपनी का ही हो. मेरा क्वेश्चन समझने की कोशिश करो. देखो, जब तक हम क्वेश्चन को ध्यान से नहीं समझेंगे, एग्जाम में भी यही प्रॉब्लम आती है. In case you have not understood the question properly, you are not able to give the right answer. If you will understand the question properly, you will be able to give the right answer, beta. So my question was very simple, that tell me or give me some example of those expenses which are related to companies only, which doesn't relate to proprietorship firms or partnership firms. So rent paid is an expense which will be incurred in pre or post both period. Cost of issuing share capital is a capital expense, beta. It is not a revenue expense, and we are discussing about only those expenses and incomes which are to be allocated in profit and loss account. We are talking about income and expenses only. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to tell you your errors, beta. आप मुझे आंसर दे रहे हो, कितना अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे. यू कांट एक्सपेक्ट इट. आप लोग समझ भी नहीं सकते इस बात को. मैं कह रहा हूँ मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, और उसमें आप जब गलत आंसर देते हो तो मुझे और भी अच्छा लगता है. उसका मतलब ये हो जाता है कि आपकी गलती मुझे पता लगी, मैं आज बता दूंगा तो ठीक हो जाएगी, फ्यूचर में ये गलती आप दोबारा नहीं करोगे. तो इसका मतलब ये कि आप अपनी बताते जाओ, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. मैं जो गलती का आपको बता रहा हूँ ये आपकी गलती है, उसको ठीक कर लेना फ्यूचर में, ठीक है ना। मैं आपको रीजन भी बता रहा हूँ क्यों गलती हो रही है, बिकॉज आप कह रहे हो कॉस्ट ऑफ इशूइंग शेयर कैपिटल। कॉस्ट ऑफ इशूइंग शेयर कैपिटल का मतलब है आप ये कहना चाहते हो कि शेयर कैपिटल को इशू करने के टाइम पर जो खर्चा है, बेटा हम लोग P&L की बात कर रहे हैं तो क्वेश्चन पे ही रहना है, हमने अपने ट्रैक पे रहना है। तो हम एक्सपेंसेस और इनकम जो रेवेन्यू होने की बात कर रहे हैं, कैपिटल की बात नहीं कर रहे। इंटरेस्ट ऑन डिबेंचर, बिल्कुल सही, गुड आंसर बाय रोहित। डिविडेंड इज नॉट एन आंसर। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेस बेटा दोनों में होते हैं, चाहे वो कंपनी है चाहे नहीं है। इनकॉर्पोरेशन एक्सपेंसेस इज द राइट आंसर। Incorporation fees is the right answer. Director fees is the right answer. Agenda meeting expenses right answer. Wages, labor charges, these are the expenses which can be incurred in pre and post both. So it cannot be assumed as a company's expense. Remaining are correct. गलत आंसर इसमें एक रॉ मटेरियल आया हुआ है, बार बार आया है 2-3 बार, तो वो मैंने बता दिया। इंटरेस्ट ऑन डिबेंचर इज अ राइट आंसर। ये भी these expenses, they're like preliminary expenses or incorporation expenses, these are not entered in full in post incorporation period. These are written off to profit or loss account in proportion. We know it very well, these are allocated in a on a proportionate basis. We can't write of them on a in a single installment. Like if you have incurred rupees 2 lakh as a preliminary expenses, normally this will be a part of balance sheet. Out of it, only proportionate expenses will be written off to P&L account. So that we will treat here as a expense of post. That is 2 lakh. Just assume he says it is to be allocated in 5 installments. So 40,000 will be entered as a post incorporation expense in P&L account. Remaining 1,60,000 will be entered in balance sheet. So this is about all those expenses which are capital expenses and to be written off to P&L account. Prescribed fees paid for incorporation or issue to prospectus who is engaged in formation of company. Exactly right, Mohammed. There's no problem. I already mentioned you कि बाकी सभी के आंसर्स राइट हैं। जो गलत है वो मैं बता रहा हूँ, सही आंसर्स को मैं बार बार एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा बिकॉज टाइम बच रहा है उससे हमारा। कमेंसमेंट और प्रीलिमिनरी एक्सपेंसेस एक ही बात होती है। पीएफ ईएसआई इज आल्सो एन एक्सपेंस, एग्जैक्टली राइट। बट ये एक्सपेंस जो है, ये एक्सपेंस तो जो पीएफ और ईएसआई का एक्सपेंस होता है ना, ये एक्सपेंस तो प्री और पोस्ट दोनों में हो सकता है। कौन कहता है कि कंपनीज पे पीएफ ईएसआई लगता है? ईएसआई पीएफ जो लगता है वो हर उस कंपनी पे लगता है, हर उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे लगता है, हर उस बिजनेस पे लगता है जहां 10 और मोर एम्प्लॉइज होते हैं। तो ये तो 10 की लिमिट है, इसमें कंपनी और नॉन कंपनी का कोई पॉइंट नहीं है बेटा, तो इसलिए ये आंसर गलत है। सर लाइक द वे यू टीच, थैंक्स, थैंक यू सो मच। इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट, वेलकम बेटा। अश्विन, थैंक्स फॉर दैट। इंटरेस्ट ऑन डिबेंचर जो है वो तो सिर्फ कंपनीज में होता है, बट जो जनरल इंटरेस्ट पेमेंट है वो किसी में भी हो सकती है। Annual GM meeting expenses, these are capital expenses, exactly right. But incorporation expenses can occur in sole proprietorship too. No, no, beta, because they are not going to incur any expense for registration under ROC. We are talking about incorporation expenses paid to ROC because incorporation meant for this registration of companies. That's it. Who doesn't meant for, he must have to specify it that these incorporation expenses related to proprietorship firm, if there is any. So there may be no such expenses are there. We are not incurring any such expenses. Those are named as by some other words. So you need not to worry because we will not go into the depth to understand each and everything. The concept should be clear. Discount okay hai. Discount on issue of debentures is to be written off. Obviously, it is a capital. It is a post incorporation expense. Premium on redemption, if written off, it will be a post incorporation expense. If written off, ESI क्या है? Employee state insurance. ESI meant for employee state insurance. In every company, in every business, if you have 10 or more employees, you have to get yourself registered under ESI and PF, employee state insurance and provident fund. What means for ESI? In that case, what happens? Employees will get free medical treatment from the government of India under in ESI hospitals. There are many ESI hospitals in India. where those employees who are registered under ESI will get extra benefit, will get free medical aids from the government of India, from those ESI hospitals. So for that sake, employer is required, is made compulsory to the, it is made compulsory for the employers that who have 10 or more employees must get themselves registered under ESI and pay some particular amount to the ESI. And that amount will be paid just like an insurance, that is an insurance of ESI implies, just like a medical insurance, you can say, that is a automation. So that is a concept which is running in India since 50-60 years. So you may study more details on the net, because net is also good for this. Provident fund meant for a reserve which has been created for the employees, so that whenever they will retire or whenever they will leave the organization, they must have sufficient funds with them for their retirement. So this is a retirement plan, just like. So in this case, a particular amount is paid by the employer to the provident fund, and when the employee will retire or leave the organization, he will be able to get a good handsome amount from the provident fund, and with that obviously they will enjoy their life, they will go for the benefit. So these are the general expenses familiar to your teaching style from foundation. You have a great approach for explaining the topics. Thank you, Prinka. Underwriting commission, okay. Underwriting commission written off is also a revenue expense, is also a expense which is a post incorporation expense, not a revenue expense, it is a capital expense beta, but it is written off due to that reason. When the amount is written off out of it, that is a part which will go to post incorporation. Let's understand how we will allocate expenses. Now, this is given on your page number 5. I am taking this from your ICA module. So there may be a difference between the module which is available with you if it is old, and this is the current module because this has been uploaded on the ICA website. If you are interested to download it from ICA website, you may do it in ICA BOS portal. You may go and check it out. Now, which expenses will be allocated on time basis, which are on sales basis, and which are on actual basis, that we have to understand. Once you will understand it, you will be perfect in allocation of expenses, and this chapter will be the very easy chapter. Just you have to understand two things. One is how to calculate ratios, that we will discuss after some time, and second thing, you have to understand how allocation, how expenses are to be allocated. दो चीजें समझनी है बेटा, याद रखो इस चैप्टर में. पहला, रेशियो निकालनी कैसे है. दूसरा, किस एक्सपेंस को किस रेशियो में एलोकेट करना. बस दो बातें समझ लगी, चैप्टर कंप्लीट है, खत्म है, कुछ नहीं है इस चैप्टर में. यू विल एंजॉय दिस चैप्टर, और एग्जाम में 10 मार्क्स टू 20 मार्क्स पक्के हैं, आपकी गारंटी है. नीड नॉट टू वरी. सो टाइम रेशियो, टाइम बेसिस, दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. टाइम बेसिस मींस व्हिच एक्सपेंसेस विल बी एलोकेटेड इन टाइम, on time basis. Okay, so here ratio is calculated. Let's understand it later. Yeah, here it is given. Basis of apportionment. Because रेशियो निकालना कोई मुश्किल बात नहीं है, वो हमें एक बार समझा दी जाएगी तो बड़ा इजीली आप निकाल पाओगे. यू नीड नॉट टू वरी, यू विल कैलकुलेट वेरी इजीली. I think we should have to understand this in depth. Let's understand. First of all, whenever we are talking about sales, now sales minus direct expenses is called GP. What is GP? Gross profit or gross loss. What it is? This means for sales minus direct expenses, purchases, etc. All that. Or in simple words, we can say sale minus COGS. Okay. Now tell me one thing. Sale is to be allocated on sales ratio. Exactly right. COGS will be allocated on which basis? Just tell me one thing. How COGS will be allocated? Whether it will be allocated on time basis, sales basis, or actual basis. Now I would like to test your knowledge. First answer must is required. कि जो COGS है, कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड है, इसे किस रेशियो में डिवाइड करते हैं. जो हम ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट बनाते हैं, आपको याद होगा, या मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एंड ट्रेडिंग बनाते हैं, उसमें जो हम लोग डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस इनकर कर रहे हैं, जो हम लोग कॉस्ट ऑफ गुड्स सोल्ड जिसे हम कहते हैं, इसको किस रेशियो में एलोकेट रहना. सेल में, टाइम में, या एक्चुअल बेसिस पे. फर्स्ट, वेटिंग फॉर योर आंसर्स बेटा. Rohit comes first, Anand comes second, Renu comes third, Shruti, sorry, प्रकाश वेरी गुड. आंसर सभी ने नहीं भेजा बेटा, सभी ने आंसर नहीं सेंड करा. मैं वेट कर रहा हूं आपके आंसर की. फास्ट. देखो टाइम बेस्ड गलत आंसर है. व्हाई? बिकॉज COGS is completely based on sales. You know it very well. Whenever we will sell it, only then cost of goods sold will be there. Tell me one thing, that what it meant for cost of goods sold. This the name himself identifies that this is purely related to sales. Actual basis is wrong because the issue is this: if it is not given, I am asking this thing. Actual basis is otherwise correct. Ashwin, you are right. Actual basis, if he has given you the details that this much purchases are made by us during this period, pre-period, this much purchases are given, actual basis is always perfect. But if actual basis are not given, then COGS is always based on sales. Like I have purchased goods for rupees 10 lakhs. I have sold these goods for 15 lakhs. That is, my profit margin is 50%. That is 5 lakhs. Now tell me one thing. Sale is in pre, in post. Sale is 6 lakh in this period and 9 lakh in this period. Now if we will talk about COGS, that is purchases made by the purchase cost of these goods. What is the purchase cost of these goods? If I have sold all the goods, obviously this the cost of 10 lakh will be allocated in 6:9. You all are agreed with it? How much is the amount? फोर इज टू सिक्स आ गई. So this is 4 lakhs and this is 6 lakhs. So how much is the profit? 2 lakh and 3 lakh. Now what is the ratio? This is 2:3. Just see. This is what 2:3. What it is? 2:3. Whatever is the sale ratio, whatever is the sale ratio, whatever is the sale ratio, that is the ratio of sales, that is the ratio of COGS, that is the ratio of GP. See what I have done. First of all, the sale is 6 lakh and 9 lakh during the current period. Now I know that this rupees 10 lakh goods are sold. So what will be the cost of the goods of 6 lakhs? If you will see here, then what is the cost of the goods of rupees 6 lakh? If 10 lakh is the cost of goods of 15 lakhs, then how much will be the cost of goods of 6 lakh? It will be 4 lakhs. That I have noted it down. Then how much is the cost of 6 lakhs of the goods or 9 lakh of the goods? That is 10 divided by 15 into 9. It will automatically comes into the ratio of 2:3 because I have allocated it. Now what will be the GP? GP has been resulted at 2 and 3 lakhs. So what I would like to explain you, beta, मैं क्या बताना चाह रहा हूं आपको, मेरी बात समझो कि जो सेल्स रेशियो है वही सीओजीएस की रेशियो होगी और वही जीपी की रेशियो होगी। मतलब सेल रेशियो सेल के लिए भी होगी, सीओजीएस के लिए भी होगी और जीपी के लिए भी होगी। अगर उसने एक्चुअल इंफॉर्मेशन दे दी है फिर तो ठीक है। अगर वो बता रहा है कि जीपी प्री का इतना है, पोस्ट का इतना है, ओके। अगर वो बता रहा है कि सीओजीएस प्री की इतनी है, पोस्ट की इतनी है, ओके, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। बट अगर उसने नहीं दिया हुआ, अगर उसने इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं दी, उसने आपको क्या करा, उसने आपको सेल दे दी, उसके बाद कहता है सीओजीएस मैंने दे दिया, अपने आप काम करो। सीओजीएस टोटल दे दिया, सेल अलग अलग दे दी। अगर उसने सेल सेपरेटली दी हुई है, आप सेल रेशियो निकाल सकते हो किसी तरह से, तो सीओजीएस को किस रेशियो में डिवाइड करना है, सेल्स रेशियो में। बट अगर उसने सेल भी नहीं दी, सेल नॉट गिवन, सीओजीएस नॉट गिवन, उसने सिर्फ जीपी दे दिया, तो बताओ किस रेशियो में जीपी को एलोकेट करोगे? Just send me the answers. I'm asking an answer from you that sale is not given to you. Actual sale is not given to you in the question. COGS is not given to you in the question. Instead, only GP is given. Sale ratio is also given. Or you may calculate it by this way or that way. आपने किसी ना किसी तरह sale ratio निकाल लिया. You are able to get the sales ratio. So how GP will be allocated? Because you know it very well, बेटा. अगर हम पुरानी बातें याद करें, तो अगर हम ट्रेडिंग एंड पी एंड एल अकाउंट बनाते हैं फिर तो ठीक है। ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, पहले यहाँ पर हम लोग सेल्स डालते हैं, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक डालते हैं, यहाँ ओपनिंग स्टॉक डालते हैं, यहाँ परचेजेस डालते हैं, यहाँ डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस डालते हैं और उसके बाद जीपी निकाल लेते हैं। हम तो यही करते थे। तो मुझे तो प्री का अलग ओपनिंग स्टॉक दे दो, सेल्स दे दो, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक दे दो, मैं निकाल दूंगा। बट ये पॉसिबल नहीं होगा। वो क्या करेगा, वो आपको जीपी दिया करेगा। क्या देगा आपको? जीपी देगा। या फिर आपको वो सेल और सीओजीएस दे भी देगा, तो उसको आपने ज्यादा स्ट्रेस नहीं लेना। हमें पता है कि सेल सीओजीएस दोनों किस रेशो में जाते हैं, सेल्स रेशो में। और जीपी भी किस रेशो में होता है, सेल्स की रेशो में। सो लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर दैट जीपी इज ऑलवेज ऑन सेल बेस्ड, it is always in sales ratio if nothing is mentioned, if nothing is mentioned. If it is specifically mentioned that no, GP in pre is double than the GP in post, GP in pre is double than the GP in post, it is very much clear that we have to take it accordingly. But if nothing is mentioned, then we know that GP is always based on sales. So GP is given to you, or trading account is already prepared by him. In that case, what we will do, we will prepare profit and loss account only. हम सिर्फ प्रॉफिट और लॉस अकाउंट बनाएंगे, इसमें जीपी को एलोकेट करेंगे प्री में, पोस्ट में, एक्सपेंसेस को एलोकेट करेंगे प्री में, पोस्ट में, करते जाएंगे करते जाएंगे करते जाएंगे, हमारा एनपी अलग अलग आ जाएगा, हमारा प्रॉफिट आ जाएगा सेपरेटली, जो प्री और पोस्ट। मींस हमें मेजर इस क्वेश्चन में क्या करना है, प्रॉफिट लॉस बनाना है। इफ यू विल रिमेंबर व्हाट इज द परफॉर्मा ऑफ योर कंपनीज एक्ट फॉर प्रिपेयरिंग फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स, just remember, in that also the vertical performa is given to you, and only profit or loss account name is used. They are not using the name trading account there even. So here we have to prepare normally the P and L account. Okay, my dear. Let's understand this thing, that GP is allocated in sales ratio or on the basis of cost of goods sold if some specific information is given to you. This is the second preference, on the basis of cost of goods sold in the respective period in the absence of any information regarding turnover. If sales ratio is not given, obviously it will be allocated in COGS ratio. But if COGS, sales ratio, nothing is given, then obviously it will be allocated on time basis. I already mentioned you that if nothing is mentioned, we have to go for the third preference only, that is the time ratio. Now, tell me one thing, sale is of variable income, because sale is not a fixed income, sale is a variable income. So whenever we are talking about any expense which is a variable expense which varies with the sale, then such expenses will always be allocated in sales ratio. Now what are the expenses? Just take some examples: carriage, cartage, selling, distribution, commission, traveling, advertisement, bad debts, brokerage. Give some more examples. आप लोग भी कुछ example भेजो, waiting for your answer. Send me some variable expenses which are sale based. इसके अलावा ये जो आपको यहाँ पर दे दी है, इसके अलावा बताओ एनी एक्सपेंस विच कम्स इनटू योर माइंड. Waiting for your answers, beta. Freight. Freight is a expense which will be allocated in sales ratio. Bad debts हो गया. Discount allowed मैंने बता दिया था. Promotion expenses बिल्कुल ठीक आंसर. Conveyance expense is a, if it is we have taken it on different basis. Let's understand conveyance expense. Conveyance or traveling expense, if it is specifically for sales, then it will be allocated in sales ratio. Otherwise, it is a time-based expense. So if nothing is mentioned, we can take it on the basis of some example or some assumption, because this will be confusing point. What is the confusing point? Traveling expense, traveling or conveyance expense. Normally, conveyance expenses are apportioned on the basis of time. Traveling agents expenses are allocated on the basis of sales. Labor cost, right answer. Freight, right answer. Commissions, right answer. Consignment expenses, right. Carriage, right. Electricity charges, no. Electricity charges, बेटा ग्राहक आए ना आए आपको तो लाइटें चला के बैठना पड़ेगा. ऐसा नहीं कि आपको लाइट बंद करके बैठ जाओगे. ग्राहक नहीं आए तो लाइट बंद कर दी, सेल नहीं हो रही तो लाइटें बंद, ऐसा आप नहीं कर सकते. तो इसलिए इलेक्ट्रिसिटी चार्जेस आर नॉट ए सेल्स बेस्ड एक्सपेंस. पैकिंग एक्सपेंसेस, राइट आंसर. Discount on transport is the right answer. Provision on bad debts. Provision on bad debts is basically a different type of expense which will be discussed later. Don't take it as an expense which will be allocated on sales basis. Okay. Provision on bad debts is not a sale based expense. We will discuss it. Very good answers. Very good. Depreciation is never sale based beta, because if goods are not sold, it doesn't mean for कि आपने asset को depreciate नहीं किया, आपने asset को use नहीं किया. You can't tell that the asset is not used because sale is not made. So depreciation is not a sale based expense. It is a fixed expense, so it will be allocated in time ratio. So many students have given many answers. I would like to appreciate your answers. Now, those expenses which are fixed or which are not variable, we can say which are not variable, which doesn't varies with the sale, which varies with the time, which is incurred on the basis of time, are treated as an expense which are time based expense, which will be allocated on time ratio. See, here it is. It includes salaries, office administration expenses, rent, rates, taxes, printing, stationery, telephone, telegram. Actual basis is always correct. If he has mentioned you these expenses are based on these are the actual amount of expenses, we will allocate accordingly. But if it is not mentioned, obviously in that case we should have to use our basics. And what is our base? Our basis, whenever any fixed expenses there, it will be allocated on the basis of time ratio. So printing and stationery, telephone, telegram, and many students have sent many earlier. I would like to tell them that these are the electricity bill is a telephone based is a time based expense. Wages, yes, sale based है. Wages are sale based. Advertisement sale based. Raw material is a sale based. Discount allowed is a sale based. Wages sale based. Okay. Send me some time based expenses if you have some in your mind. I would like to take some example. Printing, stationery, and then printing, stationery. Many more expenses may be there. Rent, rates, taxes has already been covered. Many expenses are there which are fixed in nature, like depreciation. We have already discussed. Depreciation will be allocated in time ratio. So many expenses are there. Now there are some expenses which are exclusively related to pre-incorporation period. These expenses will be allocated on actual basis. That is, these will be allocated in only pre-period. Like interest to vendor means the person who has sold that particular business to us. If we have not made payment to him on timely basis, obviously in that case we have to pay some interest to him. So if we have paid any interest to the vendor, to the seller who has sold the business to us, then this will be allocated according to the time, according to the time, and this will be discussed later because this is not a right time to discuss it. Yeah, there may be some expenses which are purely related to pre-incorporation, like partner's salary. Now, partner's salaries cannot be entered in post-incorporation period because obviously partners are not there in post, partners are there in pre only. So let it be very much clear that if there is a partner's salary or any such expense which will be related to only pre-incorporation period, that will be entered in pre. Now, remaining are already discussed. That is post-incorporation period expenses that is already discussed. Those expenses which relates to company only will be entered in post incorporation period already discussed, like preliminary expenses, formation expenses written off, interest on debentures, because these debentures interest can come into company only. So if there is no company, there is no debenture interest. Due to that reason, it is very much clear because company comes into existence only in post incorporation period. So direct debenture interest can be entered in post only. Director's fees, if there is a director, only then director's fees will be paid. Na? So when the director will come into the picture, directors will come into the picture only after incorporation. Before that, they were the promoters, and promoters' expenses are covered under incorporation or preliminary expenses, which is to be written off to come to the company once it comes into the existence. So when it comes into the existence, obviously if any amount is to be written off to it, that is a post incorporation expense. So preliminary expenses written off, share issue expenses written off, all these are post incorporation. If these are clear, that is very good. Otherwise, I would like to discuss that after completing these 2 points, I would like to give the break. So just wait for the break. Audit fees. Now, what is audit fees? Audit fees is very well known to us because we all are going to be a chartered accountant, and chartered accountant meant for the audit fees, obviously, because the fees charged by us is our audit fees. Now, here it should be very much clear that if there is a company audit fees, if it is specifically mentioned that is a company's audit fees, obviously it will go to post incorporation because company has come into the existence only in post. But if it is a tax audit fees, tax audit fees meant for the fees which is to be charged by the chartered accountant for making tax audit, and this tax audit is applicable approximately from 1 crore or 2 crores onward. Otherwise, it is applicable from 2 crore onward, but the number of person comes to us even if their sale is 1 crore or for 5 crore only. So that means for the concept, if you have any type of entity, there's no problem. If your entity is proprietorship form or partnership form, tax audit doesn't is not correlated with companies. Tax audit is correlated with the turnover, sales. So due to that reason, if your tax audit fees is there, it will be divided in turnover or sales ratio. So normally it is not mentioned in the question, only the word audit fees will be there. So you will have to assume it as a company audit and enter it in post incorporation period always. If it is not specifically mentioned, then you may take an assumption, give a note for that. It will be a specific note which is to be given in the question. I would like to show it for you. I like to do it for you when I'll solve the question. I'll help you. तो उसमें मैं बताऊंगा आपको. Interest on PC we will discuss later. That's it. So for the break तक का काम हमारा हो चुका है. इसके बाद break है अब. After a break of 10 minutes we will be back. So there is a break of 10 minutes. Enjoy the break. Come back. It's 8:43 according to my watch. I'll be back at 8:53. So be ready up to that time. Sir, have a break. Welcome back after the break, beta. So let's review once again that whenever we are talking about allocation of expenses, then you should have to keep it into your mind that whenever any such expenses comes to us, first of all, I'm talking about GP or GL because already discussed that normally sale and COGS is not given to us in the questions. It will be given on rare basis. Otherwise, it is not given. Normally, we will be given GP or GL. And if sale is given, COGS is also given, we can calculate the GP as our own. But GP to be calculated for pre and post separately if sale and COGS is given separately. If it is given on combined basis, then there is no problem at all. We have to just calculate the GP combinedly and then allocate that GP on sales basis, on the sales ratio basis. Any other direct income will also be allocated on sales basis. And talking about expenses, all variable expenses will be allocated in sales ratio, which are related to sales or which are, you may say, varying with the sales or purchases even, which are varying with the purchases also allocated in sales ratio. Talking about time ratio, all expenses which are fixed in nature or those expenses which you may say are not varying with the sales or which are not incurred directly correlating with the sales or purchases will be assumed as time based expenses. Some voice is coming in the background. Ashokji, some voice is coming. Now, those expenses which are relating to time will be allocated in time ratio. And talking about some pre and post expenses which are specifically relating to pre or post period means which are not relating to company will be entered in pre and which are relating specifically to company will be entered in post. Now, we have to discuss about audit fees that we have already discussed that if nothing is mentioned, we will do it with a note that this relates to company, hence entered in post incorporation period. That's it. We'll go for the single approach if nothing is mentioned. Interest on PC we will discuss later. Just wait. Now coming to the calculation of ratios. This step number 2. That is how to calculate the ratios. Calculation of ratio is very easy if you will do it with a concept. Talking about the time ratio first. How to calculate the time ratio? Here, yes. Example number 3 is given to you. Omega Limited is there. It is converting into from partnership to a private limited company from 1st of April. So from 1st of April means for the date of purchase is 1st of April. Some procedural difficulties are there. Company couldn't be incorporated up to 1st of July. So the date of incorporation is 1st of July. And then the date of closing is 31st of March 2022. So how to get it? First of all, you need to write with you date of purchase, calculation of time ratio. For that, first of all, you need date of purchase. So date of purchase is given to you 1st of April 2022. Date of incorporation, that is also given to you. It is 1st of July. Date of closing of books of accounts is 31st of March 2022. So these 3 dates are always required for calculating time ratio beta. I'm going to do by step by step. Don't go by the way it is given in solutions. The way I am giving you that is always perfect for you. It will give you full help. So this is the gap. So this is a gap of 3 months, and this is a gap of 9 months. From 1st April to 1st July, 3 months. From 1st July to 31st March, 9 months. So how to get the ratio? Pre-period, post-period. So pre-period is 3 months, post-period is 9 months. So ratio is 1:3. This is time ratio. 1:3. It means for all expenses which are related to time will be allocated in time ratio. That's it. Very easy to calculate time ratio. There is no worry. But you have to study in a very simple way. We need date of purchase. We need date of incorporation. We need date of closing. Note it down with you. फटाफट नोट करो बेटा और समझ लो कि देखो टाइम रेशियो जब भी निकालनी है तो क्या करना है, पहले परचेज की डेट ले लो, फिर इनकॉर्पोरेशन की डेट ले लो और क्लोजिंग की डेट ले लो। तीनों डेट्स को नोट कर लो, उसमें गैप निकाल लो, जितना जितना गैप आ रहा है, प्री और पोस्ट का जितना जितना मंथ्स है लिख लो। ये डेज में भी हो सकते हैं, मंथ्स में भी हो सकते हैं। उसकी आपस में रेशियो चेक कर लो, 1:3 जैसे यहां पर आ रही है। इट विल बी इजी। नोटेड और नोट, ये नोट करना है आपने, किसी ने छोड़ना नहीं है। दिस इज एग्जाम्पल नंबर 3rd। एग्जाम्पल नंबर 3rd थिंक हो गया है। चलो जिन्होंने कर लिया है, दोज हु हैव ऑलरेडी डन, आई एम गिविंग यू अ क्वेश्चन। ओके, आर लिमिटेड, रमेश has converted its proprietary business into Ramesh Private Limited applied for got incorporated on 15th of June 2022 calculate time ratio for 22-23 टाइम रेशियो कैलकुलेट करो। डायरेक्टर फीस पोस्ट में जाएगी बेटा मोहम्मद, if date of incorporation is 1st January and incorporation date of purchase is 1st of January and incorporation date is 1st of March, so closing date should be 1st of March or 21 और 1st of March 22। बेटा ये तो 1st March 22 ही रहेगी और 21 ही रहेगी। गलत लिखा है आपने। एक मिनट, इफ डेट ऑफ परचेज इज फर्स्ट, मैं इसको ना करके दिखा दूंगा आपको। जो भी जिन्होंने भी ये क्वेरी भेजी है ना, ये मैं क्वेरी आपकी यहीं पर लूंगा, वेट कर लो बस। So he comes first, maybe name is Ahmed, or some other name is it? Kojima. Kojima comes first, Alok comes second, Muhammad Aslam comes third. Very good. Number of students are sending the answer. Good. Anish, Alok, everyone send the answer fast. The ratio is 5 is to 19. Some students have calculated 2.5 is to 9.5. That is also correct, but this ratio is difficult to use. So multiply it with 2 on both sides and you will get 5 is to 19. That is the right answer which is to be used by us. First of all, 2.5 is to 9.5 is right, there's no problem, but it is to be multiplied both way with 2 so that we can get the right ratio. 5 is to 19 is perfect. Pooja, Bhargav, Akshay, very good. Very good. Let's go for the next sales ratio. How to get the sale ratio? That is also very easy. Line Limited was incorporated on, example number 5 is there. Line Limited was incorporated on 1st of August to take over the running business of Messrs. Happy with assets from 1st of April. Accounts were closed on 31st of March. So average monthly sale during the first 4 months of the year was twice the average monthly sale during the each of the remaining 8 months. Calculate time ratio and sale ratio for the pre and post period. So first you may have to calculate the time ratio first. And the process should be the same. I would like to tell you the process should be the same. First of all, note it down: date of purchase, date of incorporation, date of closing. For few questions, means for first 4 or 5 questions, you must have to go by this process. In future, if you have to calculate it, the ratio, you must have to go by this process. If you are not interested to show it properly, then you may note the ratio directly. There's no problem. In future, when you will be perfect. So in the beginning, go by the proper way. Whatever the way I am telling you, that will be beneficial for you, beta. सर एक बार क्वेश्चन हिंदी में बोल दीजिए क्या? बेटा इसको हिंदी में तो क्या बोलना, इतनी इंग्लिश तो बेटा थोड़ी सी आपको सीखनी पड़ेगी. लॉइन लिमिटेड जो है 1 अगस्त को इनका बिजनेस इनकॉर्पोरेट हुआ है बेटा, और बिजनेस को टेक ओवर तो इन्होंने 1 अप्रैल से ही कर लिया हुआ है, तो डेट ऑफ परचेज तो 1 अप्रैल रहेगी बेटा, और 1 अगस्त जो है वो डेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन रहेगी बेटा, और 31 मार्च को अकाउंट्स क्लोज कर दिए गए हैं. तो मैंने बताया जैसे कि जब भी टाइम रेशियो निकालनी है तो डेट ऑफ परचेज, डेट ऑफ इनकॉर्पोरेशन और डेट ऑफ क्लोजिंग नोट डाउन कर लेनी है. गैप के बेस पर आप अपनी रेशियो निकाल लो और मुझे आंसर भेज दो. 1:2 टाइम रेशियो आ चुकी है बच्चों की, और सही आंसर आया है. नाम बता देता हूँ जिसने पहले दिया है, अब्दुल. Alok comes first, okay. Abdul comes second, Aslam comes third, Pooja comes fourth, Priyanka comes 5, Raj Sharan comes 6. और किसी ने आंसर नहीं भेजा, मतलब बाकी सभी ने नहीं किया, देख के छोड़ दिया कि हाँ जी ठीक लग रहा है, आ जाएगा, हम कर लेंगे. अरे भैया करोगे, सॉल्व करोगे तो आंसर एक बार निकाल लोगे तो उसके बाद लाइफ टाइम निकालने लायक रहोगे. अगर मेरे साथ ही नहीं पढ़ोगे तो बाद में क्या पढ़ोगे? देख देख के कुछ नहीं होता. जो लोगों को ये देखने की आदत पड़ी है ना, वो सीए में क्लियर नहीं होते. मैं बार बार बता रहा हूँ, प्रैक्टिकल काम को करना पड़ता है, और जो थ्योरेटिकल है उसे लिखना पड़ता है. लिख के करोगे तो याद हो जाएगा, प्रैक्टिकल नहीं तो ये सीए में बंदा 1-2 बार रह जाता है, फिर उसके बाद एक्सपीरियंस लेता है कि नहीं नहीं अब तो सर ने कहा था वो बात माननी पड़ेगी. मैं कहता हूँ पहली बार में मानो, और जो ऑलरेडी एक्सपीरियंस कर चुके हैं वो अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कर दो. चलो, अब सेल रेशियो तो मैंने सिखाई नहीं, आप कैसे कैलकुलेट कर रहे हो? लेट्स कैलकुलेट द सेल्स रेशियो. सिर्फ इसी मेथड से आपको सेल्स रेशियो निकालनी है. द मेथड आई विल गिव यू इज द परफेक्ट मेथड, एंड इट इज द ओनली मेथड व्हिच यू हैव टू यूज. दिस इज नॉट गिवन एनीवेयर. द मेथड आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू is perfect. It is not given anywhere. Let's do this method only. This method will always give you the right answer. Other methods will confuse you. So don't use any method beta except my. What is the question? He says first 4 months sale was twice the average monthly sale during each of the remaining 8 months. बस इसको पढ़ना है. Just read this and let कर लेना. Let sales per month of remaining 8 months. That is the base is X per month, or you may go for 1 per month. You may take it as 1 hour, 1 per month. Base will be taken as 1 base. He says that the sale of the remaining 8 months is this, and sales of the first 4 months is this. What he's saying? He's saying the sale of the first 4 months is double, is double than the sale of the remaining 8 months. That is saying. So what I have done, I'm saying you that who is the base? Base is the remaining 8 months. So let's take it as a base. Sale of remaining 8 months will be assumed as 1. Then sales per month of first 4 months is equal to double. 1 into 2, double means 2 per month. Okay. Now you have to note down the complete period. The period starts from which date? April and goes up to March. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. For the first 4 months, the sale is 2. For the remaining 8 months, the sale is 1. First of all, you have to do this thing. Then you should have date of purchase, date of incorporation, date of closing with you. This is 1st of April. 1st of August. Now, whatever is the period of pre-incorporation, check it out. April comes into which month? April comes into pre. So this is pre-period. I would like to treat it as pre. Now, May comes into which period? Pre. June comes into which period? Pre. July comes into which period? Pre. August comes into which period? Now, after date of incorporation, the period comes into post. This is what? This is pre. So April, May, June, July comes into pre. Then August onwards, it is post. Now we have to make total. That is 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. You may do it here also. Pre, we have added pre. It is 8. Then we have added post. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is also 8. 1 into 8, I may say. So it is 8 is to 8. So it is 1 is to 1. This is the only method and the easiest method to calculate sale ratio. Remaining all methods are confusing and creating doubts in the mind. So I have prepared this method only for you but this has been prepared by me approximately 20 years back. So easiest method is there with you. So ratio related to sales ratio. Both are different, but you should have to check the pre-period and post-period while calculating sales ratio because it is the base is there. He says he has already mentioned you in the question that the sale of first 4 months is double. So that has not been taken on the basis of pre and post. While doing this, we have not used the word pre and post. But when we come to allocation, then this is very much clear. We have to make total of pre, total of post beta. Because pre goes to pre, the sale is clear that in April we have made a sale of rupees 2. In May we have made a sale of rupees 2. June we have made a sale of rupees 2. July we have made, this is the monthly sale which is given to me. This is not the sale of pre or post given to me. This is sale of monthly sale given to me. Then I have to allocate it between pre and post. Now pre and post is obviously based on the time because months will be based on time. So I have checked that April comes into which month? So because I have to make total of the sales of pre is to total of the sales of post. That I have done better. Don't worry. Just I'm going to make a one change in it. I assume everyone is noted. Everyone has noted it, but I'm going to do something new for you. In the same question, the date of incorporation is changed to 1st of September 2011. Now you have to do yourself. Question is same, everything is same beta. But one thing is changed, that is the date of incorporation. That I have changed. It is 1st of September. Mohammed, you may replace 1 with X, but why? Why it is required beta? देखो ना, जिस चीज की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है उस X will create one more stress in our mind. 1, 2 is always good. X means for doubtful word. So why you are using the word doubtful? So due to that reason, I am not using the word X. Otherwise, number of those person who are solving this question are using the word X. But X, I am not assuming it. Good. Number of students are giving me the answer, but I am giving time to everyone. I would like to suggest you, beta, that in this question, what you have to do it again. The query is the point is very simple. Question is with you, beta. This is a question. I have done one thing only. I have changed this date. I am telling you, take it as 1st of August, 1st of September 2021. Remaining things are same. Now what you will do? Let's do it with me. दोबारा से करेंगे, मेरे साथ करेंगे. Let sales per month for first 4 months is 1 per month. Is sales per month for, okay, we have to assume for the last 8 months. For last 8 months is 1 per month. Then sales per month for first 4 months is equal to 2 per month. Now what do you have to do? Now we have to write date of purchase 1st of April 2021, date of incorporation 1st of September 2021, date of closing 31st of March 2022. अभी हम यहाँ पर क्या राइट करेंगे? यहाँ लिखेंगे अप्रैल, मई, जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर, जनवरी, फरवरी, मार्च. तो यहाँ क्या लिखेंगे? जो उसकी हमने सेल को एज्यूम किया, हमने मान लिया 1 या 2 है, फर्स्ट 4 months 2 है. 2 उसके बाद क्या करना है, उसके बाद आप लोगों ने जो 1 अप्रैल से लेकर 1 सितंबर तक का पीरियड है वो प्री का है, तो ये प्री में जाएगी। उसके बाद का सारा पीरियड पोस्ट का है, तो ये सारे मंथ्स पोस्ट में चले जाएंगे। अब हमने टोटल किसका करना है, हमने टोटल करना है इसका, प्री का। प्री का टोटल करेंगे, ये 9 आ जाएगा, 2 + 2 + 2 + 2 + 1। उसके बाद का सारे का टोटल करोगे वो कितना आ जाएगा आपका, 7। 7 मंथ्स है, 1 + 1 + 1 7 आ गया। तो रेशो क्या होगी आपकी, सेल्स रेशो 9:7। Is that clear to everyone? Yeah. One question was there that if date of purchase is first of yes. One question was there. Yes. Date of purchase is 1st of January 21. Okay. Date of incorporation is 1st of March 21. What will be the closing date? बेटा closing तो अपने टाइम पे ही होनी है. You can't change the closing date. Closing date is 31st of March 21. In that case, what will be the period? Ratio will be, time ratio will be 2:1. And accordingly, sales ratio, whatever it is, that will be calculated. Because you have purchased this business on 1st of January, date of purchase will be reduced. The total period, accounting period will be reduced. It will be from 1st of January to 31st of March. There's no problem. Because I have started the business on 1st of January, there's no problem at all. So it will not be 31st of March 22. It is not possible. ये नहीं करना हमने, हमने इसे यहीं पर क्लोज कर देना बेटा. This is the right system. Remaining is if you will get some question in which closing date is taken as 31st of March 22, okay, I'll solve it, there's no problem, but logically it is not perfect. I'm telling you the logic. Remaining is all depending upon the what if date of incorporation is in between of months, so can we calculate sale ratio in this case? Yes, exactly beta. If in case your system will be there like here date of incorporation is 15th of September 2011 or 2022, sorry. In that case, what we will do, I'll take this in pre, this in pre, this in pre, this in pre. Now this will be taken half in pre, half in post. So 0.5 in pre, 0.5 in post. That's it. Accordingly, I'll calculate the ratio. It will be taken as 8.5. It will be taken as 7.5 beta. There's no problem. अगस्त मंथ में सेल 1 क्यों एज्यूम की गई है? मैंने नहीं एज्यूम करी बेटा, इसने एज्यूम करी है. ये देखो, जस्ट सी हियर इट इज. In the question, it is specifically mentioned the average monthly sale during the first 4 months was twice the average monthly sale during each of the remaining 8 months. So that has been specifically mentioned to you that whatever the sale is there in the remaining 8 months, that will be taken as a base to calculate the sale of the first 4 months. Because it says that this sale of first 4 months, that is April, May, June, July, April to July, is based on the sale of August to March. Now, what is the sale of August to March? He says he has not given it. What is the sale of July? That is not given by him. So we have assumed at our own that if or let sale of remaining 8 months is one per month, then what will happen? The sale of the first 4 months, he says, is double, is twice. What means for the twice, beta? Twice means for double. So due to that reason, I have taken it as 10 sales per month of the first 4 months will be double. That is, if it is one, then it will be two. I have taken it double. Okay. And then what I have done, I have taken this concept. That is, I have written the months, then I have written the sale, whatever I have assumed. Now, in April it is 2, May, June, July it is 2, first 4 months. From fifth month it is 1. That I have written, beta. Is that clear? Sir, it is twice, then it should be 10. No, beta. The concept is only this. बेटा देखो दो तरीके हैं. एक तरीका है अपना दिमाग लगा लो, मुझे छोड़ दो, दिमाग लगा लो. एक तरीका है वो तरीके से आप कभी भी इन क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व नहीं कर पाओगे, गलत हो जाएगा. ठीक है बेटा, कंचन पे आ रहा हूं मैं. आपको ना मेरे मेथड से चलना पड़ेगा बेटा, वही ठीक रहेगा. कंचन, but sir it is twice, then it should be 10. Sir, this would be 10:7. Sir, sale ratio when date of incorporation 10:7. Sir, अगस्त भी प्री इनकॉर्पोरेशन पीरियड है, उसमें भी सेल ट्वाइस होगी. बेटा ये कहाँ लिखा हुआ है? मैंने क्वेश्चन क्या उठाया बेटा, देखो यहां तो ठीक है, यहां मैंने चेंज कर दिया, हियर आई हैव चेंज, बट मैंने यहां चेंज करा, देखो यहां पर चेंज करा, यहां नहीं चेंज करा. यहां तो मैं कह रहा हूं कि फर्स्ट 4 मंथ्स की जो सेल है वो कितनी है, वो ट्वाइस है. किससे? जो 8 मंथ्स की सेल है उससे. तो फर्स्ट 4 मंथ्स में तो अप्रैल से लेकर अगस्त ही आएगा, अप्रैल से लेकर जुलाई आएगा ना, इसमें अगस्त नहीं आएगा, ऊपर वाले में अगस्त आ रहा है. यही चीजें आपको कंफ्यूज करेंगी, इसी वजह से आप गलत करोगे. तभी मैंने आपको अपना मेथड दिया. लेट्स सी वन मोर क्वेश्चन, देन यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट इन ए मोर बेटर वे. अभी आपको मेरे क्वेश्चन पसंद नहीं आया, आपको मैं एक क्वेश्चन इनका दिखाता हूं. डोंट वरी, बस ये कर लो आप. आपके सामने इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 1 है. यू हैव इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 1 विद यू, डू इट. Muhammad Aslam, you will have to consult Companies Act for that purpose. If Companies Act tells something, then it will be okay. There's no problem. I'm talking about accounting from accounting point of view only. Because accounting, GST, income tax, Companies Act, everyone is different. Sir, it will 9.5 and 6.5. 19 is if the incorporation date will be on 35th and not 8.5. It doesn't matter, beta. Let's do this question. Then your basics will be clear. Here, what he has mentioned, Rama Udhyog Limited incorporated on August 1, acquired a business on April 1. Total sales 36 lakh. Sales per month in the first half year were half of what they were in the later half year. Now he have not kept into mind the date of incorporation while giving you the assumption of sales per month. Let it be very much clear, beta. You have no right, to adjust your sale ratio with the time दैट कि उसने जो एजम्पशन देनी वो भी उसी तरह से दी, ऐसे वो आप नहीं कह सकते ना उसको। अभी ही इज गिविंग यू एन एजम्पशन दैट सेल्स पर मंथ for the first half year were half of the year in the later half year. What do you want to say? If sales per month from 1st of April to 30th of September is 1, sales per month in the first half year were half of what they were in the later half year. That is 1st of October to 31st of March is 2. If it is 2, then it is 1. But this that period is given according to his own assumption. Sale is not correlated with time. If sale will be correlated with time at the beginning, then what is the difference between sale ratio and time ratio, beta? In that case, sale ratio and time ratio will be same. So this is the way how they will give you the sale ratio. Let's take an example assumption. See the question. He says, let's assume that sales from 1st of April to 30th September, that is first 6 months, is equal to 1 per month. Then sales per month from 1st of October to 31st of March is equal to double. Or you may treat in other way also. What is interesting to say? The sale per month in the first half year were half of they were in the later half year. Half of they were in the later half year. You may treat it in another way also. Like if we'll assume that the sales per month in the later half year is 1, then the previous 6 months it is 0.5. Then we have to multiply it with 2 to make it easy. That's it. So what is the base? Base is the later half year. So either you may go by this way or you may go by, let's assume sale per month of later half year, that is 1st of October to 31st of March is equal to 2. That will be a better option because we have to make it half. Then sale per month from for the first 6 months, that is 1st of April to 30th of September, beta. That is 1 per month. Okay, my dear. Now we have to write April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Now write here 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. On the basis of this, we have already written here that it is 1st April to 30th September, it is 1 per month. So it means for April 1, May 1. ये सारा आपके सामने आ गया। अप्रैल से लेकर सितंबर तक 1 रहेगी पर मंथ, और उसके बाद 1 अक्टूबर से कितनी होगी 31 मार्च तक 2. तो 1 अक्टूबर टू 31 मार्च इट इज 2 पर मंथ. Okay, now what you have to do? Now you need date of purchase. What is the date of purchase? Date of purchase is 1st of April. Incorporation 1st of August. So 1st of April, date of incorporation 1st of August, date of closing 31st of March. So that is given to you now. Now what you have to do is we have to calculate pre and post ratio. We have to calculate that in April, May, June, July it is pre. So it is pre. It is defined here that April month belongs to which? It is included in it is the period before incorporation. अप्रैल का मंथ किस में आता है? जो इनकॉर्पोरेशन से पहले के पीरियड में आता है, बिकॉज 1 अगस्त से पहले इनकॉर्पोरेशन है, 1 अगस्त के बाद पोस्ट इनकॉर्पोरेशन है. तो 1 अगस्त से पहले के कौन कौन से मंथ है? अप्रैल अगस्त से पहले आता है, यस इट इज प्री. मई अगस्त से पहले आता है, इट इज प्री. जून और जुलाई भी अगस्त से पहले आते हैं, इट इज प्री। अब अगस्त में क्या हो गया, इनकॉर्पोरेशन हो गई, तो उसके बाद का पीरियड किस में जाएगा, पोस्ट में। तो ये सारा पीरियड पोस्ट में आता है। ऐसे लिखना पड़ेगा आपको बेटा, आराम से काम करना, जल्दी नहीं करनी। जल्दी करोगे गड़बड़ करोगे, गलती करोगे, देन नो वन विल हेल्प यू। बिकॉज सेल रेशियो क्वेश्चन गलत तो सारा क्वेश्चन गलत। तो इसीलिए मैंने सेल रेशियो पे बहुत इंपैक्ट देना है आपके, क्योंकि सेल रेशियो गलत होने से पूरा क्वेश्चन गलत हो जाएगा बेटा। यू कैन टेक योर ओन की, हाँ जी भी मैं तो ऐसे ही कैलकुलेट करूंगा, सर ने कह दिया फिर क्या हुआ। बिल्कुल नहीं करना ऐसा। आपने वही करना है जो मैं बता रहा हूँ बेटा। अगर आपने 80+ मार्क्स लेने हैं ना सीए इसमें अकाउंटिंग में, तो आपको मेरी बात माननी पड़ेगी, बिकॉज इन दैट केस ये 10 मार्क्स का जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है ये आपको बहुत बेनिफिट देने वाला है। ठीक है बेटा। देखो ना, यहां से चेक करो, अभी पहले आपने ये सारा कर लिया, ये तो जो इन्फॉर्मेशन गिवन थी उसके बेस पर हमने लिख लिया। अब लिखने के बाद जो प्री और पोस्ट लिखना है ना आपने, वो यहां से देखना है। क्योंकि हम ये कह रहे हैं कि अप्रैल की सेल 1 है, मई की सेल 1 है, जून की 1 है, जुलाई की 1 है, अगस्त की भी 1 है, सितंबर, ये यहां से पता लग रहा है। ये जो मेरे पास लिखा हुआ है ना, जो एजम्पशंस दिए हैं, ये एजम्पशंस देने के टाइम पर प्री और पोस्ट का कोई कंसेप्ट नहीं है। इस टाइम पे प्री का कोई कंसिडरेशन नहीं है, पोस्ट का कोई कंसिडरेशन नहीं है। लेट इट बी वेरी मच क्लियर। यहां पर नहीं प्री पोस्ट माइंड में लेके आना, यहां पर तो आपने बस ये लिखना है कि मेरी महीने में सेल कितनी हो रही है, दैट्स इट। उसके बाद आपने प्री और पोस्ट में इसको एलोकेट करना है कि प्री की टोटल सेल कितनी है, पोस्ट की। ये वैसे ही हो गया जैसे मैं कहता हूँ कि मेरी हर महीने 1 लाख रुपए की। यहां पर पता क्या कहा गया, वो कह रहे हैं कि जो आपकी सेल है ना, वो 2 लाख रुपया महीना है बाद के 6 मंथ्स की, 1 अक्टूबर के बाद के। और 1 अक्टूबर से पहले क्या है, वो उससे हाफ रही है, तो हमने मान लिया वो क्या होगी, 1 लाख रुपीज पर मंथ, 1 लाख कह लो आप, 1 लाख रुपए महीना। अब ये तो मैंने लिख लिया कि अप्रैल में मेरी 1 लाख है, मई में 1 लाख है, ये तो मैंने लिख ही लेना है। उसके बाद मैं सोचूंगा अच्छा मुझे प्री और पोस्ट में भी एलोकेट करना है भैया। तो ये थोड़ा कि जितनी प्री में रहती है और जो पोस्ट में रहती है, प्री वाली आपस में सेम रहेगी, पोस्ट वाली आपस में सेम रहेगी, ऐसा कहाँ लिखा है। ऐसा तो अकाउंटिंग में तो सिस्टम ही नहीं है। प्री वाली आपस में सेल रहे, ये जरूरी तो नहीं सेम। हो सकता है प्री में हर महीने डिफरेंट हो सकता है, अप्रैल में आपकी सेल हो 2 करोड़ की, और सितंबर में आपकी हो ½ करोड़ की, 50 लाख की। मई में हो जाए 5 करोड़, जून में हो जाए 1 करोड़, नवंबर में हो जाए फ्री, कोई सेल ही नहीं हुई, दिसंबर में 6 करोड़, फरवरी में 15 करोड़, मार्च में 100 करोड़। तो हम लोग वैसे ऐड करेंगे। आपको पहले तो अपनी सेल तो लिखो ना बेटा। जब तक आप सेल लिखोगे नहीं, आप उसकी रेशो कैसे कैलकुलेट करोगे, पहले सेल तो लिख लो। आप सेल लिखने में क्यों कमी कर रहे हो ना, सेल तो दिल से लिखो ना। सेल लिख लिया, अब प्री और पोस्ट देखो कि मेरे प्री का पीरियड कौन सा है, ये भी प्री में आता है, यहां तक प्री आ रहा है। तो ठीक है, मैं इसका अब टोटल करूंगा, 1 + 1 + 1 1 और 1 4 आ गया जी, यहां लिख दिया। मैथमेटिक्स यूज करो ना बेटा। अभी पोस्ट आ गया मेरा बेटा, 1 1 2 4 6 8 10 12 14, ये 14 आ गया बेटा। तो 2:7 मेरी रेशो निकल आई बेटा। तो मेरी सेल रेशो आ गई 2:7। एग्जैक्टली ऐसे ही वर्किंग करनी है एग्जाम में अचरज। बेटा अगर आप देख लोगे ना कि बाकी टीचर इसमें कैसे करवा रहे हैं, आपने मॉड्यूल ने कैसे किया, फिर आप मेरे मेथड को आराम से एक्सेप्ट कर लोगे। आपको मेथड समझना है बेटा। नेहा, नेहा आप इस तरह से करना शुरू करो। अगर आप इस तरह से करोगे तो आपको सारा मेथड भी समझ लग जाएगा बेटा। आई विल ओनली सोल्व ओनली विद योर मेथड्स। थैंक यू। इसमें आप ही का फायदा है बेटा। सेल इज वेरिएबल, एग्जैक्टली बेटा। तो अभी आपने करना क्या है, होमवर्क क्या है कल के लिए बेटा। आपका होमवर्क बेटा ये है कि आप लोगों ने टाइम रेशो और सेल रेशो कैलकुलेट करनी है। दो ही रेशोज निकालनी है। किसकी निकालनी है आपने, इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 2 की निकालनी है, इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 3 की निकालनी है, मेरे मेथड से निकालनी है। उनका मेथड बिल्कुल नहीं देखना, उनका मेथड सर्व कला संपूर्ण नहीं है, वो हर जगह एप्लीकेबल नहीं है, हर फॉर्मूला नहीं है। माई मेथड इज एप्लीकेबल इन एवरी क्वेश्चन, एनी अदर मेथड इज एप्लीकेबल इन सम क्वेश्चंस एंड इट विल हैव टू बी चेंज इन लेटर क्वेश्चंस। तो इसलिए मैं आपको अपना मेथड लगवा रहा हूँ, ठीक है। इलस्ट्रेशन नंबर 3 का भी निकाल लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। उसके बाद अनसॉल्व्ड क्वेश्चंस पे आ जाओ, देन कम टू द अनसॉल्व्ड क्वेश्चंस। Yes. You have to do some unsolved questions like MCQs you have to do. It will be a better option because अभी आपके पास time है, you may do it. Do these MCQs and then come to question number 1. Calculate its time ratio and sale ratio. Question number 2, time ratio and sale ratio. Okay. First 3 illustrations, time ratio and sale ratio. And first 2 unsolved question, time ratio and sale ratio. That you have to calculate and meet me tomorrow. I will be with you once again tomorrow. Not tomorrow, it will be on Sunday in the evening. Maybe it is 6 to 8:30. You may check the timing. Sir, at 10:30 we have articleship. So one example of yours we will solve it. Your method is better, sir. अब confusion clear हो गई है. I will solve only by your method, sir. You are awesome. Sir, your method is. Thank you. Thanks for your comments. Give feedback accordingly. Okay. Okay then. Thank you very much.